And we are live for the free exchange of ideas. We welcome any and all criticism, and pretty much it's just an open platform for anyone to say anything they want about the recent events. Doesn't have to be AIU related. You can criticize me or anyone else on this panel for any other reason. We are not holding anyone to any particular rules, but we will kick you out if you are being belligerent. Oh, okay, this guy.
Someone I don't know. You look like a DC Comics movie villain.
Goose Chuck. Can't hear you yet.
Who is it? I just see a box. Oh, I see him now. Okay.
Hello. You're on the screen.
You're muted, I'm afraid.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if it's press to talk or if it just starts or how it works.
It's working now for you, so.
Okay, so, pardon me, hopefully it works. Okay, I just came here real quick because you'd asked me to, so I'm here. I'm in BC. I live on Vancouver Island, so I'm around the same time zone that you're in. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's seen so far because I'm relatively new, maybe only a month or so into this whole thing. I live out in the woods. I raise horses out on a farm that I own, and I just kind of watch this stuff. So I've been watching Devon Tracy off and on for a long time. I used to YouTube fight racists. I mean racists, okay? Like Southern asshole Baptist fucker racists, like real ones. And I just want my piece real quick because I do have work I got to go get done, like, unfortunately.
Okay.
And so my main issue here is that maybe I'm just uninformed. Maybe I'm just uninformed. I could very well be uninformed. But what I see is that your information just doesn't flow. Like, it just doesn't flow out the same as these guys who have been doing this for so long. Like, you can really hear it. Like, these skeptics...
Like they have a bigger audience.
This is a hard go, man. Being a skeptic on YouTube's a hard go. You're going to have people are going to be coming in on you all sides. And I just, from what I can see, it's just like, I'm not saying give up as in give up forever. I mean, like, just maybe gain a little more information without having to Google so much. And then it's not that you don't have the knowledge.
So what are you criticizing in particular? Am I like researching for like Islam issues or?
No, it seems to me that it's like the same stats. It's like listening to a Christian apologist that's doing the same things again and again.
Can you give me an example?
Of yours or a Christian apologist?
Of mine.
I'd have to say that it's the per capita stuff, and it's always the same thing.
We've like, kind of done this.
I know where
we're a long way past this topic now.
I don't know if you're, but I get it. Like, but I'm not up on what you guys are yakking about now. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's completely dead. But I've made a video on referring. Explains all the problems with Devon Tracy. Listen to me, please. This isn't your hangout, my friend. I'm trying to give you the information that
you have to give and take in this.
Josh responds
you are
to a Devon Tracy
I'm trying to give it to you.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Josh Banko, the guy that called me
on this hangout. So
you're not
Josh. It's an open discussion. There's going to be rebuttals to whatever you say. So if
no, but I was called out by you.
Yeah, and we're having a
conversation.
I didn't say come on and lecture me for 5 minutes. We're going to have a conversation. Is that okay with you?
I had
If
no
not,
time
then
for a
so what?
conversation. Okay, I'll say
Here,
it again.
just let her
I
finish.
have
Then you should just
things I
make a
have to do.
video if you don't want to actually have an interaction.
I'm not interested in this conversation. I'm not interested in this other than the fact that you
So
asked
no
me to
information
come
flowing
on
in
here,
your
so
direction
I'm
then.
here.
Just information flowing from you towards us. So it is a
Yeah, that's
lecture.
just pure
in that
ignorance.
I'm not talking. I was called out by one person.
Yeah, for a conversation,
One.
not a lecture.
Yeah. If you
There's
don't
a
have time for a chat, then come back some other time.
If you just want to lecture us, you can make a video and we'll
I'm
watch
not
it. How
going
about
to.
that?
Yeah, make a video.
I'm not interested in this conversation because I
Well,
think
thanks for
that
coming
you
Then why
then.
are
guys
okay?
are
You're not
not
interested for
informed
conversation.
and you're boring. Your guys are doing your thing to try to get some attention, and I get it. Okay,
Rules.
you guys want
As I said, you are lacking
your attention,
information.
but negative attention.
You're
You're
accusing
gonna
me of being uninformed,
get
and
super
you're
negative attention.
grossly uninformed.
I'm not grossly uninformed about anything, kid.
According to you.
And
You just said that.
I just want to say that I came here to ask to him one thing and to talk to him about one thing. That's
Okay.
it. And that was it. And I think that you
What
got to
was it?
just you got to be able to flow your information. If you're going to speak, you have a real knowledge of what you're saying. Point for point, you're reading all the time. And that's fine. That's great. But just make sure that it's absorbed and that you're able to actually refute it when it's needed.
Well,
But
how's
I
it-
seriously, I do have to go. I didn't come here to have a conversation. I might be able to come back after I'm done my chores. If you guys are still doing your thing, I'll come back and finish my conversation.
All right. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay.
So, a 5-minute, grossly uninformed, condescending lecture about something we don't actually deal with anymore. That was a great start to the show, wow.
Yeah, what I was trying to ask at the end there was like, how is that different from, like Devon saying the same stuff all over and over again? I just don't get it. These people have these ridiculous like hypocritical claims that they can apply to anyone,
Hey,
Well, it's
Josh.
just a double standard.
Josh, here's the problem, right? Ready?
Yeah.
Your information doesn't flow.
She's critiquing my delivery. That's all I
Maybe.
took from that. She's like,
Maybe.
you're googling too much. I'm like, okay, where else am I supposed to get my information? Should I be
use
subscribed
Bing.
to a news network that has propaganda for either side, or should I just research the shit myself? Like, I don't understand what other alternative aside from a newspaper or something that already has an agenda. You'd go out and seek out the information yourself using Google.
She says we don't know the information well enough. Like she made it sound like every time we want to say something, we have to pull it up on Google real quick without knowing it ourselves. I mean, it was just a stupid point, really.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, K Fox.
You
How's it
seem to
going,
have
buddy?
identified more of a
Hello.
point in what she was saying than I did. I feel like she didn't really have one.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, she said that she was ignorant about something. She was not well informed, but then she didn't really elaborate on what the fuck she was talking about.
Yeah, guess what I don't do when I'm not informed on something? Go and talk to the people I'm criticizing. Speaking of which, hello, K-Fox. Oh, he's gone. Never mind.
Aw. He'll be back.
Yeah, come back. We weren't ignoring you.
We wanted to emasculate you again.
He'll be back. Don't worry. He always comes
He's
back.
always back. He's too desperate for our attention.
Well, I'm curious what he has to say now.
I know. It
After all
reminds me
this
of that
drama.
platypus video. Did you watch that one that he made that he just destroyed pretty much every YouTuber? And then
I think so,
K-Fox, and he
yeah.
was the guy that blew himself up.
Hello, Josh, Tom,
back.
and
How's it going, buddy?
outspoken realist. It's going very well, thank you. How's your day going?
Not too bad. Just working on a video earlier.
Oh, interesting. Well, what are the videos about? Are you going to talk more about Devon Tracy and
Who?
expose your obsession?
No, it was on Canadian politics.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
mine's on religion.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
interesting.
think we're all pretty much done talking about AIU because he's not
Yeah.
interested anymore.
You saw my video recently, you probably did, where I said basically I got bored of it, so I'm moving on.
Yep.
Was that a
Probably,
standstill?
I just
unless
mentioned him
you're
as a
willing
negative example.
But well, you said you were done talking about AIU, but
Didn't say
if you look at the title of this hangout, it's all cultists and defectors are welcome.
Didn't say I was going to stop talking about him. I said I was bored of him. But if there's some lulls to be had around him, then I'm happy to join in. Anyway, it's Josh's hangout, so I'm happy to join whatever the case.
I see.
Yeah, this hangout's a little bit different than, us making individual videos,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
Yep.
So now that we've justified our presence,
hmm
Who else do we got here?
highly muted.
He's muted.
Looks like it. XSplit.
Oh, he
Okay,
left.
no, he's gone.
I recognize the name though. I think he's one of the mutual people.
Okay. I've got someone who might be coming on who I think is neutral as well. Now that you mention it. I don't know him very well. I don't think any of you know him. He's called Kakarot, I think.
Kakarot?
Kakarot. Yeah.
Doesn't sound familiar.
No, I don't think so.
Josh, I met this very interesting person the other day. He's a plastic surgeon. But I can give you his number if
Nose
you want,
joke
if you want to
incoming.
have.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No. It's not about your nose. If you want to remove your man boobs, I would be happy to help you out about that.
Hey, how about you turn on your camera and let's see your chest?
Why? Why would I do that?
Oh, God, that's funny.
So we don't laugh in your face.
Is
But it's
something
too late
funny?
for that now.
Yeah, you are.
Not deliberately,
funny.
though.
I would take that as a compliment if I'm funny. Thank you.
That's why I said not deliberately.
Well, what is your criticism of my criticism, Tom?
My criticism of your criticism is outward laughter.
Uh-huh.
Well,
That's
that
why
you're
we have
unable to
the,
hold
mic
yourself to
and
the same
headset.
standard as you hold me. How about that?
Enough puns.
Okay. So what's going on with you guys? How are you? I mean, what's new in
good.
your lives?
We're more interested in how the cult is, actually. We heard there's some drama.
Which cult are you referring to?
You know which one I'm referring to. We heard there's some
many cults
drama
are you
in your group. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
cults are you involved in?
You have to get us to specify which of the
I'm
ones
actually
you're
not
involved in.
involved
talking
in.
about.
I'm not involved in any cult, as far as
Well,
I'm
that's what a
concerned.
cultist would say, to be
Well,
fair.
you used to at least.
You've left Devon behind, have you?
No, I didn't leave anyone behind.
Okay, so what's going on with Devon's fan base? What's the drama?
Because I'm pretty sure he's blocked you, hasn't
Yes, he has.
he? Okay, so he's left you behind.
Yeah.
Not really. He didn't hold my hand. I don't holding my hand. So I think he left me behind.
I'm sorry, I didn't
I
catch
don't
you.
remember him holding my hand and
Holding
walking
your
me
hand?
down the street. So he didn't leave me behind.
Okay, folks, have a little bit of sense of humor. Josh and I are asking you questions, and we're doing it jovially. We're poking you, but be honest here. Don't evade. Let's
You're
keep the
poking
conversation
me?
moving.
I'm a lot younger than you. Poking me is not a very good.
See what I fucking
What to
mean?
use.
No, you're not. You
Come
guys
on,
are.
dude, get on with it.
Oh, you're 20-something, and we're all 20-something.
Wait, how old are you, Josh?
I think you said you're 20, didn't you, K-Fox?
Yes, I'm 21 years.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not that much older than
I'm
This is
24.
completely irrelevant, though. He's just trying to evade so he doesn't have to talk about it.
No,
Come on, dude.
if I was, hold on. If I was trying to from it, I wouldn't come on your hangout.
Yeah, sure,
Would
because
you not
that
agree?
would make you much less emasculated. But yeah, just to state my position here, I don't know anything about this drama. I'm genuinely curious because I think it could be funny. We've got someone here who has been a AAU fan recently. No More Dogma.
Oh,
Welcome.
no more dogma.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's good?
What's up?
Hanging
I never
out.
thought I would hang out.
What?
I don't know if I out or if
I just said I never thought I would be in a hangout with Beethoven. That's all I said.
Well, to be fair, talking foxes are not really
That's
very common in
that's
hangouts
also
either.
a very rare sight as well. Yes.
Neither is Boba Fett.
Or anything this
I think that's
glorious.
Wow. Tom.
I guess I got
What's that?
What were you going to say to me? Or about me? Just
Nothing. I just said, aren't you British? You're supposed to have some self-deprecation inside you.
Oh, it's there. It's available when needed.
I've never seen it. Bring it
Well,
on.
you don't watch my channel. That's fine. You don't have to.
I do actually. I do watch your. Well, I haven't watched all your videos, but at a certain point, I started watching your videos, and I've seen the recent 3 or 4 videos that you made.
Cool. Good to have another
Yeah.
fan.
I saw the one about the word deferist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to disagree with you on that.
There are
His
many.
definition of a word?
But, well, disagree for its usefulness, I think he means. There's many different angles to
Well,
disagree with it. I'm just
well, here's
proposing
the
this
thing. I think
option.
there's an established term for that section of the left wing that we're talking about, and we don't need to change the term at this point.
That's fair, but the term that I'm proposing does not have the exact same scope as the word regressive left, or the term regressive left. It has a wider scope. I'm not just using deferist because I think it's like a better word for the same purpose. I'm using it because I think the word regressive has been sort of misused widely, and not even deliberately necessarily. It's just sort of the nature of how it's been used in society, the way it's permeated. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway,
well, I mean, the word Nazi has also been misused to refer to feminists and certain other groups, but we don't look for new words for Nazi, do we?
no, but the word feminist exists to define them accurately. Or at least,
Yes.
well, modern feminism is a bit of an iffy area there, but I mean, regressive would be kind of like the sort of misappropriated derogatory term, whereas we need an actually accurate term. And I think deferist fills that role.
I
But I
see.
don't mind if people don't use it.
Do you ever shave, Tom?
Yes.
Okay. I was just asking because you look like a meth addict to me.
Thank you.
Well, let's see.
It's-
Why don't you turn on the camera and show your face, man? Like honestly, it's so like lame when you're just hiding behind a fucking avatar,
so
throwing out
interested?
at-home insults.
Why are you so
He's
interested in seeing
he's
my
just
face?
trolling, dude.
It's good that my fans are interested in my personal grooming, I suppose. And someone has to be.
Well, I wouldn't consider myself a
That
fan
was a
of the
self-deprecating joke. Now, there you go. You got one.
Well, hey, let me jump on this word real quick. I was sorry, I was doing something there. The deferist, slash regressive. I was thinking like regressive. I did this thing recently. Someone was like, my take is like you said. It's so widely used right now. I do think regressive does fit very well, like into a certain aspect of like the left wing.
Yes.
But at the same time, it is kind of an insult, like any word is going to turn into. Imbecile used to be like a real label for people with like 70 or 70 IQ points. So, I was saying that, it was like, yeah, there's a bridge to be built maybe somewhere in there. And I was catching shit for that. But deferist, I don't know exactly so I saw the video, but what does that mean? Like exactly, what are you saying? It has kind of a different bit of an, implication, application.
Let me put it this way. I'm comparing it to the term, this is not what we were going to talk about for this hangout, but we might as well. I was comparing it to the term regressive left. Kind of hard to redo the entire video, but the definition I gave for deferist was, see if I can remember it, any person who is reluctant to criticize dangerous ideologies, people, or groups for reasons of political deference, including political correctness and political allegiances, and I also should have added culturally relative morality. These kinds of liberal, but not in the traditional sense of the word, ideas like cultural relativism.
Okay.
They kind of they have the effect that most people know as regressive left or just regressives. But the word regressive, when applied to these people, doesn't fit because regressive, at least as I interpret it, means someone who wants society to do the opposite of progress, to move backwards. And the Amish are an extreme example, and Islamic radicals are also an example of that. And these people who are liberal, they don't actually want society to regress. They're just allied with people who do because of this political deference. And so I think the word regressive is inaccurate for that reason. There's also the fact that people on the right could easily have these same sort of deferist policies as people on the left. But regressive left obviously only applies to the left. I just think the term's a bit clumsy, and I recognize its virtues. I recognize it's sort of satisfying, and it has this opposition to progressive. I recognize these things. I don't want people to stop using it. But I just think that if we're going to have an accurate term to describe what we're talking about here, that won't be an insult, at least initially, but may become one later, obviously, as all words can. I think deferist is the one to go for, and I'm happy to hear other suggestions. I didn't think very long about what the word should be, just sort of
No,
came
yeah.
up with it in a few minutes.
I would say this though, Tom. I watched that video that you made when TJ mentioned the word deferist, and I think that was pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
And I think it gives people a very good insight into your mentality and
Oh, I'm sure it does.
you approach things.
Yeah, I lost thousands of subscribers. Thousands. I lost no subscribers. It was fun. I said at the end it's petty, but it was just too fun to resist.
I understand that, but that's the only reason you didn't lose thousands of subscribers is that you don't have thousands of subscribers.
Yeah, I know, but the point is I didn't lose any. I gained subscribers. I'm constantly gaining subscribers.
Because people who subscribe to you don't subscribe to you
idiots.
because they like you. They subscribe to you to follow your Devon Tracy drama.
Right,
The drama.
so your
That's what-
hypothesis is that the only fans I have are either Devon Tracy trolls out to hate me or people who are trying to keep an eye on the drama.
And they
I
just
would
happen
say-
to
I would
thumbs up
say-
the video more than
I
they
would say-
download it. So
I would say most of them are
Okay.
well, the only
it's
people
interesting
who
that you
thumbs up
support
that
that
video
claim.
are Vindicator.
support that clam.
Well, he's just estimating, but it's interesting that you say that because as of recently, this drama, to segue back into it, that I don't know much about, but it started a few days ago when I released my video, the debate, when I actually did the debate, it was on the same day, the religion debate. Since then, the number of dislikes on my videos has radically dropped, and
Oh wow.
like to 2 on some of the videos. And I suspect that's because the AAU people sort of lost interest in them.
Yeah, it gets
they
old
still
over
have
time.
Exactly. They still have a few hundred views, but they have very, very few dislikes. Now that tells me that I have a lot of subs that are genuine, that are not just interested in the AIU drama.
Okay.
And I mean, they're not actually disliking. Those videos have a good like ratio. So you know, all this bravado about.
I'm not denying that there are people who watch your videos because of your content, even though that would be giving you too much credit. But I do think the majority. I do think the majority of your subscriber base hates you.
Support that clam.
Okay, well, they're still going to watch my videos. They're still giving me money. That's fine.
You do have very good graphics, though. I give you that.
I do. Actually, they could be a lot better. I'm working on something now that will hopefully improve.
Tell me this. Where did that Uzulu logo come from?
That's an interesting story, but I probably won't go into it in detail here because that would be a massive, like, personal bullshit derail.
Yeah, but if you could just give me a summary, that would be great. Because I've been very interested, and it's actually keeping me awake at nights, thinking about where that logo came from.
Well, you know what then? I'll move on my schedule and I'll do the video I was planning on doing about Uzlu itself a little more soon. I have some ideas I need to get through in that video.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Anything for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Even the haters.
Who hate you? Yeah.
All my
I
fans
noticed
hate
what
me.
you're-
It's great.
What were you
theory.
talking about? There was like some drama, like you were saying. Something popped up. I saw something going off on Twitter one day. I was actually talking. K-Fox. I think I was talking to you that day, and we were like in a hangout. And there was like some shit going on. I don't know what it was. I haven't gotten a clip, but I thought that's what I thought that's this hangout was kind of like, hey, new drama.
Mm.
Yeah, K-Fox, tell us about it.
Are you referring to the recent drama?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. Basically, I'm not aware of the whole story, but what happened was that Tommy from the Bronx did a hangout with Devon and several other people, and he made some jokes that could have been interpreted as racist.
It was racist.
But
You said it was?
and after that, some people were not happy with the fact that Devon didn't call Tommy out on that joke, and
Well, no, it's not even that. He also doubled down, and now he's saying that it was a joke.
I think earlier in this hangout you said you don't know shit about this drama.
That
and
was
that's
Tom.
what you asked.
I looked into it a bit.
Okay.
This is all new info to me.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And basically after that, some people said that they're not on Devon's side on the drama, and some people said that they are on his side, and there was this split in his fan base, and something like that. I don't exactly know. He asked me what I thought about if I'm on his side or not, and I told him that I'm not, and that's because of the response that he gave to people who disagreed with him at that point. I don't think the response was very well intended.
And you've been
Yeah.
excommunicated for it.
We've been saying that for months now.
I was blocked by Devon Tracy. Yes.
Yes, you had a respectful disagreement, and he blocked you. Like I saw what you said. You were pretty polite. You weren't disrespecting him, but yet he blocked you. What does that show about?
I'm trying to go this way of being polite to everyone. People like Devon Tracy, who I admire for their content, and even imbeciles like you. I'm trying to be polite to them.
Yeah, except for the imbecile, the one who won't block you for disagreements.
Well, how do you feel about him blocking you like that?
I think, look, here's the thing. I've been going through some drama myself during the past few days, independent of the drama that happened to Atheism is Unstoppable.
So then it's not relevant.
And, no. I'm trying to tell you the story, and I've realized that there is a breaking point into the amount of disagreement that you can get. And after a certain point, you just can't handle it anymore. And in that point, if you want to block anyone, there's literally nothing wrong with that. You don't want to be associated with that, and you maybe you don't want to be criticized. Maybe it makes you feel like shit, right, and that's fine. And if you're blocking someone, that's absolutely fine. I think I've blocked people.
What you mean.
No, I want to criticize everyone.
But he blocked you like a little bitch, though.
Yeah, like that's his thing. Like he can criticize anyone with like arguments as ad homs, and then he'll just like sit there and block anyone who disagrees with him. And he'll just lie straight up, oh, I won't block you if you're respectful, like you were, and he still blocked you.
Hold on.
I think your interpretation is very charitable, K-Fox.
But blocking is a tool that literally everyone on Twitter has access to.
He's allowed to do it. That's not the criticism.
I wouldn't criticize anyone for blocking anyone.
So you support his right to block anyone?
I would say this that there was a better way to handle this, in my opinion, than to just block people. Yes.
It's not just it's his entire history. It's not just this one situation. It's him in general. This is how he handles himself. This is how he deals with criticism.
This is giving you an idea.
And what is your problem with that?
Well, the guy that will criticize anyone and attack anyone for any reason won't accept criticism himself. That is completely hypocritical, and he is a bitch.
He dishes it out but can't take it.
That's exactly it.
You can do the same. There's nothing wrong with that.
I do the same. No, we do not.
Look, if you want to,
we're saying indicative of a poor character. Please don't strawman, K-Fox. Maybe you just didn't understand.
So you have a no. Wait, you have to be stop being condescending, Tom, because I'm being polite to you.
It's impossible.
I think like, okay, Josh, what you were saying. I think given that, some of the reactions we might have seen, I think blocking is definitely not as bad. You know what I mean? Like, there's worse ways to go about it. And,
which he still does.
Of course.
So I mean, I can't.
But he also does other shit. Like, are we gonna forget his doxing? Like, this is a common behavioral pattern that we're seeing in him. Like, you don't see these all as one big fucking problem. Like, all that shit plus this.
It's just one shitty move out of a lot. It's just one thing out of several. Okay. I mean, there's more to him than just blocking people, obviously.
Like doxing their critics' home address, phone number.
But
do that.
But hold on. I criticized him, and he didn't dox me or anything.
Well, he's got a lot on his plate right now.
Wait, how did you criticize him on that? You sat here and defended him for hours. That it's okay to dox after five videos you make. You're allowed to.
What I'm saying is that you're saying that he doxes his critics, but that's just not true. He didn't dox me.
Whoa, hold on. Listen, everyone, shut up. Listen, you.
Not all, K-Fox. Not all.
But you're making a general statement
about him.
Yes, we're making a general statement, not a universal statement.
But it doesn't work like that.
K-Fox. It's a general statement, not a universal statement. Just like black people should stop crime, right?
Look, what I want you to understand, and the main reason that I came on this hangout is that I disagree with Devon on this issue. Okay?
Okay.
And
Cool.
and that doesn't automatically mean that. I mean, you seem
But
to
you just
believe
said he
that
has the right to do it.
No, no, no. Hold on. Just because I disagree with him doesn't mean me or other people who disagree with him are in your camp, because you
That's
guys
fine.
are pathetic.
Oh yes. Well, okay. So let me
Okay.
try and assuage your doubts here and blow some minds, right? So if the problem is just that AIU told racist jokes, that AIU bolstered someone else telling racist jokes and doubled down on it. I don't care. I support his right to do that. I think actually we probably need a bit more of that in the world these days. I don't care. And if he's blocking people, I also don't care. Fine if he wants to do that. I think it speaks to his character that he can't take criticism, but again, lots of people do that. I don't care.
Yeah.
If he's doing other things, if he's doing anything unethical, obviously I have a problem with that. But this drama's shaping up to not quite be as lozworthy as I was hoping. I don't actually oppose Devon on anything I've heard that he's done in this particular drama so far.
So let me
Yeah,
ask
that's
you.
kind of what I was saying. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know everything about it, but there's nothing that I'm hearing that's like, oh, bad guy.
Well, actually, what I've seen from it is it comes down to is denying racism, because what they're doing is Tommy did make a racist statement, and then they're dismissing
What
it
did
as it
Tommy
was just
say?
a joke.
Wait, hold on. That
Wait,
wasn't a
what did
racist
Tommy
statement.
say? That would help us figure this out. What did Tommy
Wasn't
say?
it like the reason why? Like this is a verbatim quote. I'm pretty sure, pretty damn close to it. But the reason why I left the Bronx is because it's full of niggers.
And was that a joke, or was he being serious?
Yes, it was a joke.
It was a joke.
How is
It's
that a
actually
joke?
not racist.
Really?
Because it is a joke.
It's just a joke.
The guy is not a racist.
Meh.
To be
He
fair,
intended to make people laugh. He wasn't making a point like black people
Calling
are
someone,
worse.
look, calling someone a racist, that's a serious accusation, okay? You
Yeah.
need to
Well,
look
that's-
into that deeper.
it's
And-
serious
and-
if they
but-
have like a public position
No,
where they're not.
of course, yeah, but if you look into this deeper, Tommy is not a racist. That guy is not a fucking racist.
I
Who?
said it was a racist statement.
It's not a statement, it's a joke, you fucking moron.
A
It's
joke
a
is a
joke.
statement.
Yeah,
It's
a
like
joke
a
is a
joke.
statement.
Okay, this is what I mean. I wouldn't. Okay, if I heard a black person say, all these white people moving into the neighborhood, all these crackers or something moving into the neighborhood, it'd be like, and especially if they said it as a joke, I'd just be like, whatever. I'd laugh with them. You know what I mean? It's not. I wouldn't take offense to that.
Even if it's not a joke, even if that's honestly what he thinks, even if he is actually racist, I still don't care. Racist statements don't bother me, and before you mention it, the only reason I wrote that article about AIU's racist statements was explained in the article, and it's about defending the claim that it is actually a racist statement. I don't care that he said it. People say racist stuff all the time. It doesn't even make them bad people. So I don't care even if it wasn't a joke.
Okay, then what is the problem here then?
Not coming from me. I'm just here to observe.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
then
see any
Josh
problem.
is the one holding the hangout. Josh, what is the problem?
Well, this was a free exchange,
Right.
so we
We
were
just
just
want-
having an open discussion about it.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
talk
okay.
about like what happened and stuff, and hear you guys' side.
But
That's
what I
really
want
just
to
the goal of
know,
it.
what I want to know is why you're so interested.
Lols.
Yeah, because it's ironic.
So
That,
you are
like-
professional trolls? Is that what you're saying?
When did we say that? No, we're people who enjoy entertainment.
It's interesting content.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, speaking of interesting content, I watched your Skeptic's Lens podcast. It sucked. It was shit. Okay.
It was a disaster piece.
You're better off deleting that video.
K Fox, I don't just. I mean, in all honesty, when you say things, I mean, is that a joke or is that serious?
When I say what?
Like, you know what I mean when you come out with something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you're a
Like-
dick, stuff like that. I mean, is that sometimes a joke, not always a joke, sometimes serious?
Yeah,
It's
sometimes
like-
it's a joke, sometimes it's serious.
Okay, yeah, because even in the other hangout, I mean, it's just like it's funny. I'm laughing. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong.
yeah, I think
Go ahead.
it's half and half.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
he's
let
half
me-
trolling. Like he kind of means it, but he doesn't mean it that much. That's what I
Let
think.
me
Well, I mean,
briefly
that's-
defend Skeptic Lens, right? It was impromptu. We arranged it not 5 minutes before it happened.
It was
And-
terrible.
I'm on a
Excuses.
Okay, it was
laptop, on
cringy,
screen and a touchpad.
and you may not believe this, but it made me feel uncomfortable for you. Okay, it made me feel bad for you by
To be fair,
watching.
K-Fox, you have a slight bias against us.
It
Just
is,
slight.
and,
A little bit.
and to actually be fair, it is a slight bias. It's nothing more than a slight bias. It's nothing
I
more than that.
see.
Yeah.
Slight bias
That's
there.
just what someone with a massive
No,
bias
I mean
would say.
not against you, but I do have a greater bias towards Josh because I think Josh is just dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Go on. What part about me is dumb?
Wait, what is that you put in your mouth? Is that a hookah or some shit?
Yeah, it's my vape.
Okay.
What do you put in your mouth, K-Fox?
Your mom's clit.
My mum died before I was born. No, I hear kangaroo cocks look surprisingly a lot like human clitorises. Maybe you're getting confused.
Oh no, team, get the fuck out of here, man.
How's it going?
The regressive has landed.
I just saw
What's
that
up?
Tim was talking to some dude on Twitter.
Huh? I was talking to some dude. What do you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, some
Hey,
Mr.
Tim,
Great.
I'm in a library, so I'm like, I gotta be.
Oh shit.
Gotta be
Okay.
quiet.
we hear that
Be
you're
careful.
acquainted with the legendary platypus. Do you think you could get him on?
Yeah, we don't really want a faggot like you on here.
I appreciate that. I can't really do it. I can't do it on demand.
Mhm.
That's a lot of pressure. I'm
Why are
terrified,
you
to
in
be
the
honest.
library, Tim?
Because I'm studying. And
Oh
they've got
shit. Okay, hold on. I
Wi-Fi.
saw a tweet from Tim where he said he's gonna go to library and research Brazilian pussy. I can pull that tweet up right now. Is that what you're doing right now? Are you
I
researching
don't
Brazilian
know.
pussy?
I don't think they have those materials here, to be honest.
I think you're gonna be. I think you can. Oh yeah, well, I mean, it is Mordor, New
If they
Zealand.
had that shit here, yeah, if they had it here,
Okay.
I'd have a look. I don't think they do.
So, are you interested in the culture of pet keeping in South America?
No,
You know, Brazilian pussy?
Shit.
that was
I can't believe it took me that long to figure out
that was
what the hell
not
you were talking
funny,
about.
Tom. That was
Yeah, but what was the
absolutely not
reason he
funny.
actually said it in the first place? I'm not
Took me about
convinced
a
he
minute
actually said
to
it.
figure out what the fuck you were saying just now.
That was the
Oh,
point.
okay. Yeah. So what are you guys talking about?
Brazilian pussy.
What we are now.
Yes.
I thought it was about the rift in the flying monkeys, whatever.
That too.
Yeah, we're talking about that, then went to something else and something else, and then
Brazilian pussy seems much more interesting. That's one of those
Yeah.
fields that you just kind of have to dive right in. I don't know if research can really help out.
I think if I say stuff like that in the library,
Yeah.
I'll get kicked out. Like, what is that guy talking about?
The research it
over
requires.
there? Yeah, I just killed the conversation. It's
Just
dead.
like Platypus killed every YouTuber.
Just degraded into nothingness.
Hey Fox, you like platypus, right?
No.
You said you did. You said he wasn't
How do you
regressive.
know?
Oh yeah, Platypus is not a regressive. But come on, it's a character. I mean, you're making those videos. Come on.
What?
You're tweeting me
Preposterous.
from a soccer account right now.
Wait, this is not a sock account.
No, the other one, Gray tweets or something.
That was
That's
not
you.
that's not a sock account, and that's not me. No.
Who
What are
is
you
it?
talking about, dude? I don't fucking know. Go ask him.
I'm an
You are
old guy.
stalking me.
All right. What
Okay.
is a sock account? What is this? Is this like a fake or something?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
something
someone
that's
makes another one.
associated to yourself.
Think sock puppet.
Oh, okay.
Ew, okay.
Like
then.
this guy politely was like, "How are you today, Mr. Tim? How have you been? How's your family?" It's like, K Fox, I know it's you.
That's not me. Okay, I would say this: if someone's last name is Mr. Gray, you're probably better off staying away from them.
Just to get away.
That's
Yes.
why you chose it.
Oh, like that, Tim, you remember that Alex Punelas, or whatever it was? The guy who came on Twitter sometime and insulted you out of nowhere?
Who? Alex Petunish.
I guess he's kind of a minor player, you might not remember him.
Nah. Oh, I can't. Yeah. What did you say to me? I can't remember.
Well, if you look for anyone talking to you called Alex on Twitter, you'd find it.
Someone
people
said,
give me crap, so-
hold on. No, shut the fuck up, Tim.
I
Someone
get
in the chat
insulted by a
said,
lot of people.
no,
I
shut
can't
up.
keep track of them.
Okay, shut the fuck. Someone in the chat
Anyways,
said,
so I'm just gonna talk over Fox right now.
someone yeah.
I endorse this policy.
Someone in the chat said, K Fox is suffering from a Stockholm syndrome. That's not true.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Only debunked by assertion.
Also, someone called me K-fag.
Oh,
Also not true.
Ouch.
that stings. That one hurts.
I'm getting more
rounded up
interested
by
in
assertion.
Someone called you KKK Fox too.
Yeah. Wait, who just who said that?
Let's
That is
move
okay.
swiftly on.
All right, I'm looking at the chat now. Faggot
Who was
is a
that?
big word here. It's a big word, man. Oh my God, everybody's saying it. That's something, man. I think a lot of folks, they see, you can see, for example, AIU. That guy, he is good at what he does. I mean, there's just no denying that. Him slamming whoever he's talking about.
Stop it.
Oh
Ooh,
no, I
I
mean,
just
no joke,
received.
no
Oh,
joke.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Don't say there's no denying that.
No joke. I mean, I don't know anybody better that, like on YouTube anyhow, that's better at insulting people that, in a funny way. And so I think a lot of people that watch, they want to try to do this like, oh, you're a bitch, you're a beta kind of thing. And they're so bad at it. And it's just like, dude, if you want to get into like ad homs and you want to throw this around, like we can do insults all day. Like I'll insult people. And so then
Hold
I
on.
just see fags
you saying-
all over the place.
Are you
Ad
saying
homs
no
and
more
straw
bugbears?
mans are all he does.
Are you saying
All he does on the
AIU
table.
is good at insulting people?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Someone said something
Real
interesting.
talent.
Full of banter.
I want to say this.
He's
Okay,
it's literally like he's 14. I'd be convinced he was 14 if I didn't know he was 42 years
I
old.
thought
and bald.
fucking Anthony was 12 before I actually
Yeah.
watched him live.
Honestly,
Me too.
I thought he was under 16. There's a
Yeah.
tweet you can find where I said
Okay,
that before I knew.
Okay, hold on for a second. Someone said, this is directed towards me in the chat. AIU could bomb your house, and you would find a way to justify it. I'm not justifying anything. Hold on. I want to address this. Look,
Go on.
just because he blocked me, I can disagree with a person on a certain issue, and I still like their content. Okay, and I do disagree with him on the way he reacted to the whole drama, and I do think that was not right, and I've expressed that he asked me how I felt about it, and I told him, and he blocked me as a result, and I do criticize him for doing that, but that does just because of that minor issue, that doesn't mean I'm gonna become like Josh and Tom, hold hangouts and spend my time saying fuck.
Well, nobody
You spent a
said that.
lot of
Nobody
time in those
expected
hangouts,
that from
man.
you.
Like,
Wait,
you're ripping on him, but you spend a lot of time on him. Like hours of your fucking life, you're wasting in this hangout. Why don't you just leave?
What's that?
Like, why don't you just leave the hangout if you want to rip on the hangout?
Because I'm entertained by you, Josh.
Well, that's the point. It's
You know-
entertaining. That's why we
you know-
do it.
Well, here
If
I
you
got
go back
something.
far
You,
enough-
you fucking idiot! Holy
If
shit!
you go back, no, shut the fuck up, Tim. Not Tim. What's your
People have
fucking
dogged
name?
on me for that.
You should shut the fuck up as well.
Yeah, Tim.
honestly.
Tim, you should shut the fuck up also. I'm just used to saying shut the fuck up to Tim. What I'm trying to say is that
Shut the fuck up, K-Fog.
being in this hangout is like look. If you go far back in history, you'll find retarded circuses. Okay, so this is like a retarded circus for me, and I'm
And you're
here.
in it. And you're fucking in it.
And I'm here as an observer, and I'm having
main
fun
attraction.
looking at a retard
You are the
like you,
content.
Josh.
You're not an observer.
I'm
You are,
looking at you like
this
a
hangout right
fucking
now.
retard.
We are all attention is on you. You
Well,
are
here's the
the
thing,
jester in this
no,
retarded circus.
no, hold on. I'll tell you why. I'm like the trainer that fucking whips
Oh, you're just
the bear
trained.
in the circus. Okay, so the reason I'm in this hangout is because I'm trying to
How's
trigger
getting eaten
you.
by the bear for you?
I'm trying to trigger you and have fun with your reaction, and I've been very successful doing that so far.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I'm triggered.
Like,
Triggered.
on that note, like I've been on both sides, of the AIU, the like I don't know, man, the phenomenon that is AIU.
The Kangaroo Wars.
Yeah, I've been like it's like fence sitting and
Josh, you know
It is
there's
that.
images coming now. You know there's memes coming now, don't you?
Yeah.
There's memes coming.
Get on that, chat.
It's an inside joke. Keep going, JM.
No, that's it. I mean, I've been, it's just like, people like, you don't hate AIU? It's like, nope, not
I
at all.
just received a
And,
message.
what's that?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's it. It's just people saying like, you don't hate AIU. It's like, no, I don't hate AIU at all, really. I mean, and then other people like, wait, so you love AIU? It's like, well, I mean, like, I'm not trying to suck dick or anything, and that's
Just a bit.
just me, really. I don't know. I'm just, I guess, that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm on Devon's side. It's just that, I mean, look at my options here, okay? I have the option of being on Devon Tracy's side or Joshua John Banco's side. I mean, it's not a tough decision to make. I mean, look at you, Josh. You're a fucking retard.
Oh,
Or you could be on like the
It's getting
right side or
circular.
the wrong side. Look at it that way.
Well, here's a good, like, okay, someone in the chat, Nat10 something, said like the AIU is getting annoying, and it's like that's kind of how I feel about it. It's just like, it's like a non-issue for me, I don't know. It was for a minute there. It was like a big thing. It was like a big deal. At this point, it's just I'm kind of
Yeah,
like.
and we're just having a hangout just to hear about the drama. That's really all. Just it's
Oh
not
yeah,
like,
no, I was.
it's not like we're all
it's-
making like 5 videos a week about them anymore.
Yeah, no.
Anymore,
my
anymore,
only,
exactly, anymore.
my only
Anymore,
aim
exactly
here
what,
is to
though?
extract any
At
lol as
At
possible.
one point you did. At one point you guys did.
Yeah,
No, I
and we
didn't.
moved on.
Maybe
Okay.
like 1 every 2 weeks. I don't think.
Yeah, I made a
that makes
26-minute video. That
Only-
was like pretty much it.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's your point?
What's my point on what?
You just said like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because,
Anymore. Like, what was
you're
your point?
obsessed. I
Fuck,
mean,
I was muted.
you guys are obsessed.
Thanks, Tim.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, you were in a library.
I said so much good shit too.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
The
Fox,
world
go
will
on.
never hear that.
No
Yeah,
one will
I
ever
mean,
leave you, Tim.
look. Here's the thing. I disagree with Devon on what happened on the whole drama. Okay, and I've told him that I'm not on his side on this. But you guys are still pathetic.
Why?
You realize that? Josh, look at yourself. Look at look in the fucking mirror.
Oh,
That's all you have to do to realize how pathetic you are.
I've made 3 videos about him out of like 60. So
I made like 9 out of 60.
Well, there you go.
Not
That's that
anymore.
many.
So
But then again,
I
don't
probably
know.
have the highest ratio, but that's because I only started recently.
9 videos.
Yeah, Josh is probably.
I have the
decent.
archive.
Yeah. Josh and
I
Tom,
probably-
they've got the
I
highest.
probably have the highest viewed video on it. I don't know, Josh. How many does Atheist Who Gets Spanked X have?
The lowest ratio, I think.
6-ish.
Besides, I guess
5.
K-Fox, do you have any videos about him?
6. What's that?
Does K-Fox have any videos about Devon?
Does he
And
even
how
make
she loves
videos?
him?
No,
Yes.
I don't. I don't have videos about them.
You just help us make videos.
okay.
Yeah, I come here to entertain myself with your dumbassery, and
It works very well for us, thank you.
very well. Yeah. How does it work very well for you?
But
You have a
isn't that
very
evident
distorted
by the
sense
fact
of
that
self,
we have-
Fox.
We have a lot of views on these hangouts. And it's fun as well, most of the
You're
time.
pathetic because you're pathetic. People
that
like
must be it.
watching pathetic people. Okay,
That
but
must
if
be
you
it,
look, if you
right.
go on YouTube, like a huge part of
That's what you'll
YouTube
hear.
is like cats. A huge part of YouTube is cats and fucking people. I don't know, fucking setting their eyeballs on fire, and people like
Cats are
watching
cool.
that shit. People like watching that kind of thing because it's dumb and it
You're not
And
watching.
Cats,
You're joining
what?
in,
Cats
though.
are awesome. They're not dumb. Take it back.
You're not watching. You're joining in, though.
It's just more like bare naked Islam, where people just like watch it to kind of see the real way that goes down.
It,
So
does-
wait,
it
so-
reminds
someone
me a little.
said-
It reminds me a
someone
bit of the Jenny McDermott.
Yeah,
followers. Like,
meltdown. Oh my
there's
god.
some people who are completely obsessed with her though, and they just make videos about only Jenny McDermott. There's like
There's
I don't know.
shit.
It's a bunch of there's about 10 guys,
She
and
is
they
a
only
Really?
talk about her.
That's
Every
embarrassing.
single.
Yeah.
Every
At
single
least we
video
talk
is
about
about
all this
Jenny.
shit.
Yeah,
Dude, I gotta
we've got
I'll
other
say, you know what?
topics.
On that note,
Fox.
Tim, you
What's
like
that?
opened my eyes on some shit, dude. You're like one feminist that I've actually gotten to talk to. Had a great conversation. And it's like, you know what? I
Oh,
can't
come
say I'm an anti-feminist.
Oh, come
you know,
on, you cock.
No more
You
dogma. Come on,
pathetic
you're
loser.
you are no more dogma. You're a smart guy. You should know better. Tim is a cunt.
Dude, I mean,
God.
this is
I
the
blocked
thing.
the guy.
This
I
is-
blocked K-Fox. I'm a horrible
Here's
person.
where I draw the line.
Okay,
with, like,
okay. Tell people why you blocked me, Tim.
Because you kept telling my friend to
Why
kill
wouldn't
himself. I didn't like
Okay,
it.
I told he was doing a hangout with his
Fair
friend,
enough.
and I went in the chat and I said, "Kill yourself, Garrett," and he blocked me for it.
Yeah. Well, why?
And what's your problem with that?
There's no problem with it. What I'm
Don't
saying
act like a
is that
douchebag.
All right.
And then
No,
one
no,
would
Yeah,
ever
no,
block
it's
you.
okay when
Hey.
AIU doesn't know. He has a
Yeah,
right.
no.
he
Hey,
has
K-Fox, he's allowed to block people. What's your problem with it? What could
He's
possibly
not
be
the
your
only
problem?
person.
Because he's allowed
He's
to.
allowed.
That's the only
He's
issue,
allowed
right?
to block me.
You're the
He's
only
allowed
person
to
K-Fox,
ever
how are you
blocked
not getting
K-Fox.
it? How are you not getting it,
No,
K-Fox?
shut the fuck
You're
up.
arguing
I'm
that it's
answering.
indicative of
I'm
character.
answering.
That's all
Are
you
you
were
asking
arguing
me
as
or are
well.
you telling me?
Just a
Are you
little
You're
biased,
so
guys.
transparently
No,
biased.
no, whoa.
we need to have a
Biased.
talking shit.
Because there's more to the story that you don't know.
You're the only
And-
person
and-
ever blocked.
There's nuance,
Ever.
guys. There's nuance.
Yes, there is
Wow,
nuance.
K-Fox
One
is
story.
adopting
And
nuance.
I'm not saying Tim doesn't have a right to block me. I don't criticize him for blocking me. I just think it's funny as shit because I wasn't even talking to him. I was just
One
talking to
person.
his friend.
Look at the
Wait, so-
atheist dinosaur dude, ta-ta. Hey, man.
K-Fox, you're making the
that's
same-
the AIU phrase.
No, Tata's mine. They stole it from me,
Oh,
ironically.
did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Fox, it wasn't because you were messing with me. It's because you were fucking with my friend. That's why I blocked you. You can say whatever hell you want to me. I don't care.
Okay, kill
Okay,
yourself.
the
Tim.
point,
Are
the
you
point I was
satisfied
making,
with that
Yeah,
answer?
you can say that to me. I don't care.
Okay, kill
the point I was
yourself. Tim.
making was that you're making the same argument that you basically evaded
So
from
good.
Oh,
us.
the per capita fallacy. Shut up, fucking
Good
Tom.
fallacy.
You're a fucking dumbass.
But
What the hell are
Garrett's
you
my
talking
friend.
about?
You're a
No,
you
joke.
were telling my
You're
friend
an
to kill
you're an
himself.
internet. No, shut the fuck up,
the
Tom.
fact that the
You're
blocking
an
is indicative of character.
You
not
are
rich
you
police.
are an internet. Okay, by the way, please stop fucking
Jeez, take
tweeting your
medication.
shitty articles. Okay,
Stop
What?
reading them.
stop. Your
Just
articles
breathe
are
into a
shit.
bag
Okay,
or something.
you can't write for
K-Fox,
shit,
you
dude.
don't have to read them. Do you have any criticisms, like legit criticisms? So I'd be happy to hear them.
Yes, I think your shades are ridiculous.
No, specific criticisms.
That's one hell of a...
That is
And-
a
some
legitimate
feedback there.
by
And
applying monkey's standard.
And your neck is too narrow.
Arrow. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my God, it is narrow.
That's not really related to my articles, is it?
Gotta work on
kind
the
of is narrow,
last.
though. I just noticed that.
Your articles are shit. Yes.
You narrow-necked
For what
motherfucker.
reason?
They're just not well written. Okay.
Like the
Why?
ostrich parade.
In what way, K-Fox?
They're just not well written. I mean,
In what way?
okay, bring someone who's
The
actually
words,
written.
K-Fox,
Appeal to
aren't you a little
Make
bit
some
biased
arguments.
there, though?
On what?
Criticizing Tom's articles, aren't you just a teeny bit little biased?
I'm trying to be as much unbiased as I can,
Going well for you.
Uh,
So where's your arguments?
and I still find your articles shit.
Where's your arguments?
What's my arguments about
I'm
what?
sitting here with a table ready for arguments, and it's just empty. You're just standing there.
He said,
Oh,
you're a
Where are
doo-doo
they? Put
head.
them on the table.
I mean, yeah,
K-Fox.
like what's
You're a
like,
dummy
what's a
doo-doo.
thing? What is
Smell.
a thing?
Okay, I think there's only one way to settle this.
Mano a mano?
1v1 me. 1v1 me. 1v1 me. What are the arguments, K-Fox? Come on, I want to hear
Okay,
Hey, Josh,
how big is your dick, Tom?
them.
I
Oh, man,
think that's
K-Fox,
the
only-
when I said 1v1, I wasn't being literal. Like in
You were
shits.
all
Okay, how big is your dick? I think that's the only way to settle this, okay?
So-
Because
okay, so you're
I'm
admitting that you
positive
don't
that I
have
have
any
a bigger
arguments.
dick than you.
You're
I'm
admitting
positive
you
that I
don't
have a
any
bigger
arguments.
dick than you.
You first.
Why would I say it first, though?
You brought it
Tom,
up.
You're the one asking for
yeah,
it.
but I asked first.
You
But I
first,
asked.
and then we'll
No,
compare.
I asked first. I asked first.
If
Hey,
you want it
K-Fox.
so bad, then you say yours first, then.
Yeah.
That's how it works,
So-
dude.
Go for it.
If you admit that you are only saying this because you don't have any arguments, then I'll consider it.
Uh-huh.
Go on,
So
admit
you
it.
do admit it?
He said you're a
Admit
doo-doo
what?
head with a thin neck. So, you don't.
Yes,
You're only
exactly.
saying this because you have no arguments?
Specific criticism of my articles.
I would have to read
Ad
them
hominem
again.
attacks.
So
But
that's
I would have to read them again and write down my criticisms, but I don't want to
Go
put
ahead.
myself under that torture. I'm not a man.
I see. Okay.
I got my tablet here. Maybe I'll have a look.
So you actually don't have any legitimate criticisms, even though you claim you could come up with some.
Uzalu.
Gotta review it.
Right, uzalu.net.
Live review of my
again.
old articles.
You said it was
Wonder
peer-reviewed?
Shack. His Wonder Shack of Perpetual Decadence.
That's the one.
Read Uzalu's Courageous Adventures.
Read of
Sounds pretty
Uzlu's
good.
Courageous Adventures.
Deforist is catching on.
Yeah, most of that's videos, but you'll find articles a little bit further down.
Okay.
The cosmological argument's the first
Yeah,
one you find, and then the
Deforest
evolution one.
yeah, Deforest is catching on. Some bisexual fat piece of shit used it, so it's catching on.
Sure is.
So what if he's
It's like fire. It's everywhere.
800,000 subscribers?
One dude used it, okay?
Yeah, who has
That
800,000
one very
subscribers?
popular
And what did he say? He said,
What did
I've
he say
seen
about it? I
being
didn't
thrown
see it.
around.
What did he
It's
say?
pathetic.
Tim, if you're interested, watch my video on it. It's quite short, but yeah, K-Fox, he's got 800,000 subscribers. He used it because he thought it was a good term.
No,
Like,
he said
What
he...
do we look for?
No.
When we
He
look for
didn't say
something
it's a good
complimentary
term.
of the term.
No, shut up for a second. He didn't say it's a good term. He said I've heard it being thrown around.
Yeah.
By you.
Why would he use it like accurately if he thought it was a bad term, or if he didn't think it was worth using?
Did you tweet your video to him?
I see an unbroken if
I don't
bumpy
think so,
road
no.
of logic leading
Okay.
from the real
Oh yeah, the
universe to
secular
morality,
morality one.
which does not involve subjective considerations. Here's that road in the form of syllogisms.
Oh,
Here's
Tom.
my theory, right? My articles are pretty nuanced
I'm
and
just being a
deep,
dick.
and I don't think K-Fox can go quite that far into either.
Evolution
what?
has a subjective component. How dare you? That's racist. Sounds
No,
like-
so you're writing's hard. I wouldn't be able to do it. I can't write for shit.
I can.
I can
The
write
second
like,
law of
I
thermodynamics
have to do academic
concerns
papers.
entropy.
Yeah, you can write for... No, Tom, you can write for shit, and that's all you can write for.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
it,
not what I
okay?
got. Though.
Your
I got
articles
lots
are
of
shit,
views.
okay?
They got quite popular.
You should just stop. I think you should just
K-Fox,
stop.
you need to
I
write
have actually
something so that
stopped
we
writing
can
the articles for a bit.
compare.
Yeah, write an
that?
article on the same topics I've written, and we can compare them.
Yeah, we'll just see
Because
which is better.
look, I have no claim.
Oh, it's too
Good
much
writing.
effort to prove yourself
I have
right, is it?
no. Shut the fuck up. Okay, I have no
God
claim.
damn it.
I have no claims of being a good writer. Okay.
You just have
Because
to
you're
that's
shit.
like saying. That's like saying do I have to be a good fucking, I don't know, a good tennis player to recognize that someone is playing tennis bad?
Are you a good thinker?
There's a certain
actually a good
level
point.
below which you can criticize if you have no experience, but above that level you don't have enough experience to
true.
criticize it. No.
Oh
And
God.
I think I'm
Do you
quite
claim to
significantly
be-
above
What a
that
fucking
threshold.
dork. What a fucking dork.
You
know what?
nuance.
You know what
You
else-
can't
else-
take nuance.
you know
Too
what
much nuance
else-
for him.
Do you claim to be a good thinker? With good thoughts?
Good
Or no?
thinker. I mean, what do you mean by good thinker?
Like, do you think you say
Think about it.
deep things that like are worth thinking about?
Well, I mean, I do think about things that are I'm concerned about a lot. I mean,
And you
I
should
think
make
a lot of
content.
people don't.
I'm just wondering if you're good at it.
I would consider myself to be good at it.
Okay. And so that's all right. Then
Every opinion's
you're allowed
gotta
to claim that
start
you're good
somewhere.
at thinking because you are.
And what? I mean, look. Here's the thing with the good thinker thing. The only people who consider themselves thinkers are the only people I see use the word thinker to describe themselves are douchebags who are not good at anything else. I mean, if you go on Sam Harris's
So you're a
Twitter,
douchebag.
if you go on Sam Harris's Twitter, the only way he describes himself is neuroscientist and author.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy doesn't call himself a good thinker, even though he is.
Okay, so your criticism of Tom is that he calls himself a good writer.
Yes.
Didn't actually do that ever.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you think
yeah.
he's a good
I
writer?
don't know
You're
when he said
criticizing
that.
him for humility. Who do we know that doesn't have any humility whatsoever? Who does think that they are the greatest? Who thinks that they're a fucking god?
Josh.
Genius.
Why do you feel like?
Like, how about you apply that same
Hold on,
standard that you just
Josh?
put on
Hold on.
Devin?
Josh.
Have you ever thought about doing that? Like,
Shut the fuck up for a second.
no, this is my living room.
Jeez.
This is my fucking living room.
This guy.
You better simmer down, boy.
I'm glad my
Josh.
earbuds aren't in.
An
Why do you
embarrassment
feel
to the
like,
species.
Josh? Why do you feel
Just get a
like?
brown paper bag, breathe into it slowly.
No, I just thought it would be funny if I did that.
Should have larynx removal
It was.
surgery.
See, I'm trying to get you views, Tom. I'm trying to get
This
the word
is my
to real.
channel.
Well,
This is on Josh's channel.
yeah, I mean, but if people see this hangout, they're gonna figure out who you are.
It's
I mean,
like,
there
what a
are,
score! You got K-Fox.
I mean, you plug
The views
yourself
are gonna come
in
streaming
every
in.
chance you get.
Sorry?
You plug yourself every chance you get.
Not every chance. Some chances.
Most chances.
Well,
Can you
Tom's a bit
demonstrate
arrogant,
that?
I'll give you that. He's arrogant. I don't know
I
if
think
I ever heard him
Part of
say
the,
he's a good
part of
bragger.
the appeal.
if
I mean,
you
and
keep
even
it
if
up-
so, I can't dog on someone for plugging themselves. I mean, anybody who's like
That's kinky.
posting public content, of course you want people to see and listen, read, whatever it might be. But I don't know what were we even talking about. So check this out. We were talking about, like, I don't know, feminism or something earlier.
Yeah.
I was talking to a smart person who I think, you know, a lot of, I'm not going to name him, and she was asking me about, like, anti-feminists, anti-SJWs, and if they're any better than, you know, and you know what, Tor, you did a video on this.
Yep.
You know, if they're any better than, like, feminists and SJWs, like, who's worse, who's better, so on and so forth. I thought that was an interesting topic. To kind of get into
that's what I'll be
something.
making videos about more often.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I actually have a video on feminism planned. It's next after the current one I'm doing.
I can't, dude. I tried. I actually uploaded one, and it was like, this is worthless. This is worthless. This is me not having an opinion on this. And like I said, dude, Tim, you ruined me, man. You ruined me.
Sorry, man.
It was like,
Here's the thing, right? So feminism
I didn't mean
is gradient, and there's a certain degree of that gradient to which I would align, right? There are problems in the West between genders, but that are specific to specific genders. I don't go anywhere near as far as Tim does, but there are certain degrees further on the gradation of feminism which are public and very, very crazy. And Tim,
Yeah.
I think, would agree that they're crazy. And
Well,
those are the kinds of people that are getting their bullshit into academia.
yes,
That's why it has to
I
be
think
unpunished.
you-
have with feminism.
You care
That's why I
about
can
and
never
value
say
those
I'm a
people a lot
feminist.
more than I do. I don't really value those people very much. I just think they're annoying.
You've seen evidence that it's in academia, Tim.
Yeah, but I mean, like fucking Christina Hoff Sommers just put out a tweet saying like they're teaching children about oppression and all this kind of stuff. And I was
It's
like,
not
so
just
what?
oppression, Tim. It's
What's it gonna-
this
what- they're gonna
intersectional
grow
bullshit.
up and-
They're
They're
teaching
gonna grow up
people
and be
that
feminist suicide bombers or something.
Tim, they're teaching people that black people can't be racist. They're literally lying to children
Oh my god,
in academia.
that's gonna kill all
Like,
of us.
Tim,
We're
if
gonna
we
die.
have a generation, that's Nirvana fallacy. If we have a generation of
I like Nirvana.
cultural Marxist cultists, then yeah, we might very well see a degradation of society because it's bullshit. It doesn't work.
That
It's
sounds very
illiberal.
conspiratorial to me.
It's not a
Marxist
conspiracy.
cultists.
It's sociology. It's exactly the kind of thing that feminism does.
What are they gonna do?
They're going to be wrong.
Well,
Systematically.
here's my thing. Like, just on that. So, Lacey Green, that's the person I did the video on. She was
Yeah.
like, you know, if you take out the femme part of it, you know, if you just consider yourself, you know, personally, if I saw someone
Feminist.
actually being discriminated against, I would stand up for that, you know, no matter who it was.
Humanism?
Seems like if you take the femme part out, like the woman part out, you know, you're leaving out this great tradition of gender and so on and so forth. And it's just like, man, if you have that lens on, though, aren't you going to be like really trying to find problems where they might not exist?
Well, there's nothing wrong with trying to find problems, but of course there is a
Well,
problem with
I think so, yes.
misidentifying problems.
Okay.
But I
Well,
think,
here's the thing about
but I think
feminism.
I think feminists would probably
Oh,
identify
God.
problems.
I'm
that you
I'm
guys-
bored right now. I'm
Okay,
bored.
this is the
Shut the
time
fuck
where you
up.
can leave, Tim. Not Tim, K-Fox. K-Fox,
Oh
if you're
yeah,
bored,
I am,
you can leave.
I am going to
Goddamn all
leave.
of you people.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, cheers
Oh, no.
and have a great night, Tom.
Keep watching my videos.
Okay, Fox.
No,
Later,
I
Bye.
can't his name right.
Bye everyone. Tim, kill
See ya.
yourself. Tom, fuck you.
I don't want to.
I do not want to have sexual intercourse with that man.
But I was just saying, I think you probably think that the problems feminists are identifying are less real than I do, like, you know, gender pay gap, all that shit, all that crap that we don't need to relitigate because it's too much. But I think their concerns are more valid than you do. You think probably it's more bullshit or something.
I think there's a kind of mistake being made here that feminism is all these sort of liberal issues, all these sort of soft liberal and authoritarian PC liberal issues. Some of them are legit. Some of the things like there probably is some gender wealth inequality. There's all kinds of stuff that feminism is not completely wrong on, but don't be tricked into thinking that that is necessarily part of feminism. As I've said recently, with the triggering, I said that women's rights advocacy and feminism, modern feminism, are not the same thing anymore. You can be a women's rights advocate and be opposed to modern feminism, which I am. And so I only agree with feminism to a point, modern feminism that is, and there's a point which almost all feminists are at, which Sargon explained recently, the things that are common among all feminists, this the patriarchy theory, and there were 3 points he explained, all of which I don't agree with.
Yeah.
That's feminist, and I don't hold myself to that.
But it's weird. Anti-feminists seem to agree in the idea of patriarchy. They just don't think it exists in the West, but they seem to agree that it is.
No. It exists elsewhere. Trust me. If I was in like Saudi Arabia, I'd be a far more hardcore feminist. You know, but
oh yeah, dude, that's my main problem with Islam.
Yeah.
For example, it's just like the way they treat women is bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the issue that I have with like a lot of the liberals. It's like you're standing like side by side with the most conservative group on earth. You know?
Hey, that's gross. That's racist.
It is. It is gross. I am being gross right now.
That's gross.
It's disgusting.
Hey, did you know Arabs are oppressed? You're not allowed to say that, you white cis male trash.
I know. My white cis privilege is showing.
Check
But
your
JM,
privilege. Left.
You're a fan. You're a fan of Skeptic Feminist, right?
I am.
Those guys.
I watch.
They're kind of like
not all the time, but I watch.
They're like our resident new atheist-ish kind of dudes who just focus on Islam, really.
Is the one girl who's like a villain? She kind of does this weird laugh thing. Is she part of that? Is she part of that group?
She is. All she seems to do is laugh hysterically, but
okay.
I noticed that.
I'll forgive her.
For better or worse, yeah, I was just curious.
I saw their conversation with Sargon, and I found almost everything they said to be agreeable, and so did Sargon, actually. But I have a sort of non-ideological grudge with them, because they uploaded my video, removed parts of it, and called it a mirror, and reduced the frame rate from 60 to 30. So that was bullshit. But whatever.
Yeah,
they got me some more views, I guess.
They mirror so much stuff, I guess they got
Tim,
how they do it.
Stop being an apologist. It would have been easier for them, significantly easier for them, to just upload the video. But they literally edited it. They edited it, reduced the frame rate because they didn't know it was in 60, and they're not experienced enough to keep it at 60.
You gotta let me
my
finish
intro
sentences
and
before you
outro.
call me things.
But no, that's exactly what you were doing. I knew what you were saying.
No, the last part of the sentence was, but they're very sloppy about it, obviously.
But that's not the problem. It was deliberate. It wasn't an accident.
Well, yeah, they should have asked you.
No, it wasn't about asking. You can't upload someone's video, cut out the intro, outro, reduce the frame rate, and call it a mirror. That's by definition not a mirror.
But they should
what
have
they did
asked
wasn't
you
even
if they
wasn't
were
even
allowed to do
by
that.
fair use. Well, no, it should have been obvious they were not allowed to do that. It should be obvious what mirroring is. I told them they could mirror, but
they asked me.
What they did wasn't mirroring, and it actually wasn't covered by fair use either.
It started stating you from the video, didn't they? Or did they link your original to it?
I think they did link to my video, yeah, which is good. They probably got me some views. It's just a shame that some people saw that version of the video, which missed some context and had lower frame rate. It was a worse quality production.
I still think it's fine because I'm an apologist, so it's no big deal.
I understand.
I have to stick by my position.
Ugh.
They were doing you a service, you ungrateful bastard.
They did a service that was actually technically illegal and was incredibly lackluster, to the point of damaging my reputation.
You sound like a SJW.
No, I don't.
Okay, whoops. No, I agree. That wasn't the right thing to do.
So,
I mean, they mirrored mine, but they actually just did mirror it. They didn't do anything to it.
That sounds fine. I wish they'd done that to me. But I don't have any ideological differences with them as far as I know.
I thought they agreed with Sargon too much for my taste, but...
I think they probably could have gone on to issues that they would have disagreed on more. But the issues that they were on are pretty much fine.
I think if you disagree with, like, you guys might not like this, but like, if you disagree with feminism to that much of an extent, then you're kind of trying to make feminism into something else now, egalitarian or something. You're trying to change it. Because I basically just agreed with Sargon the whole time, and I was like,
yeah,
I guess they're feminists, but it's hard to tell. I like those guys,
I mean, yeah, that's what I said. It's a gradient. I think that most people who refer to themselves as feminists, possibly with those guys excluded, are at this certain level on the gradient that you're approximately at as well, where you have this patriarchy theory and these two other commonalities that Sargon identified. I can't remember what they were. But I think the feminist people are a bit below that, and I think that's where most egalitarians are too, including me, which is why Sargon agrees with them. Sargon doesn't criticize feminism because he's anti-woman or because he's staunchly anti their positions. It's just because they go way too far, and some of the things they think and do are illogical and unethical.
Well, they just
It's not
agreed
like
about
staunch opposition.
intersectionality. That's where they disagreed, because skeptic feminist was like intersectionality is a good thing, and Sargon was like, no, it's bad. I can't do his voice.
But you didn't try to do skeptic feminist voice though, did you?
Oh,
Bias.
we think that intersectionality is good. No, I don't.
It's not bad. Yeah, intersectionality is a term that I don't think has meaning on its own. I don't know exactly what that means on its own.
Yeah,
I don't.
Like,
I
for
have zero
example, does
problem
Black
with
Lives Matter
intersectionality.
fit into that or something? Like,
Yeah, like considering intersectional oppressions like across boundaries such as race and sex, and incidentally not class ever, but other things like race and sex, things that people can't help.
Practically, it's just a way of bringing different strands of feminists together and broadening the movement and making it stronger. I don't
That's
see
one way
anything
of
wrong
putting
with that.
it.
Assimilate.
Another way of putting it.
That's why, but that's how they came
It's
up
too
with it.
strong
because-
already.
Well, but white feminists were kind of racist and they were excluding black people, and then they developed intersectionality to allow black women into feminism.
Well,
And
to
so what's wrong with that?
force a greater proportion of black people in feminism in general. Like it's not equality, it's equity. Let's not make that mistake. Feminism is about equity, not equality.
Well,
but yeah, I think
it's just your opinion, but okay.
Yeah, intersectionality in that respect is that's what I mean by cultural Marxism. That's what other people mean when they say it. I didn't invent the term, but it's essentially establishing class oppression systems in society, but feminism does it across cultural and sort of biological lines rather than wealth lines. I'm fine with doing it along wealth lines because fucking the rich do oppress the poor, right? But white people don't oppress black people universally.
Yeah, but that's like
intersectionality
Marxist
in that
feminism,
sense is
isn't it?
bullshit.
Marxist
Yeah, it's
feminist,
cultural
but that's-
Marxism.
No, but you were saying you want to do it on economic lines. That makes
I want to do it
you
on
kind
honest
of
lines.
that makes you kind of a Marxist in a sense because it's about class.
Only
You're
to a small
Marxist.
degree. I mean, like I'm not a cultural Marxist though. I don't have a specific problem with Marxism in this context. Just cultural Marxism, which I've already defined.
To me,
But,
that's just gibberish. That phrase. When people say that to me,
okay.
I'm like, okay, cool.
But I've given you
Good for you.
the reasoning. Like what it was a part of our discussion where like if you want to solve a wealth issue, don't solve it along racial lines. That's basically all I'm saying. Like there are oppression issues along wealth lines, and there probably are some other lines that it exists on, but I don't think many.
Yeah.
But when it comes to gender and race and other things like ability, the only oppression is due to the commonality between races and wealth lines. And obvious, like if it's a disability thing, obviously they are disabled, so they have less privilege. But it's not like it's systematic. I don't think anyone would claim that, but I don't think it's systemic either. I think it's just an illusion created by the sort of Venn diagram overlap of things like race and sex with class.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm really arguing.
Right. Yeah, I
Tim.
don't know if I have anything to say about that, but yeah.
Tim, me and you are going to disagree about a lot when I have my hangout with you.
Oh no, why is that?
Oh, that's going to be fun. Oh
Why, what's
God,
got-
look
what-
who's here.
The cavalry's arrived, folks.
Atheist what? Who?
Atheist Will Oil Dinosaur.
the atheist dinosaur.
Oh, fuck, he's here.
The guy with the high voice?
We need logical liberal in here just to combat him.
We
It's
never
just
did
way
that,
too
did we?
funny, like, listening to those two go back and forth.
Yeah, that
We
was
never
my
did, like,
idea. Do a hangout.
TV
with
wrestling.
those
Is he the guy with the really high voice?
Yeah, he's the
Well,
young
two. He's
kid.
the one that sounds like a girl.
Yeah. Right.
Is
Yeah,
he
I saw
here?
him once or
Dino,
twice.
you gonna talk or what?
Please don't.
No, he's
Yeah,
busy.
that's a good idea. All right, just sit there and not say anything.
Wait, so
Fine
cool.
by us.
I don't watch Drunken Peasants.
Oh,
so,
fuck,
like,
he's
Drunk-
double here.
What the fuck?
He's
Drunken
here twice.
What's worse than one fucking atheist dino?
2? 3?
Yeah.
7?
2 annoying girly voices.
Hey, fuck you.
Oh my god.
You.
Hello, miss.
Atheist joined the call. Wait, so Tor, they played your video on Drunken Peasants and they were favorable towards it, right? I didn't
No, they
watch
weren't
that.
favorable towards it. They disagreed with me, but they were respectful about it. Like, usually they shit all over you if they disagree with you, but they were, like, nice to me, and they said good things about me.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
seemed
cool.
like it went well. I
They
watched
said that
that,
you-
dude. I don't
you were in the
watch
comments section.
Drunken Peasants ever, and I watched that episode. That's remember I asked you. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
where's that at?
That's what I.
So it went well. Good job, man.
Yeah.
And you
Thanks.
now you have a wiki page or something? Maybe?
Yeah. I actually had one before I was
jealous.
supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm never going to get a wiki page because those fuckers are never going to mention me.
But you don't
Sucks.
care about DP. You don't like it.
Nah, but I just want a wiki page.
Then you have
They'll
to
get
get
Do
one
they
soon.
run the
Well,
wiki
Drunken
thing?
Peasants.
Do they run that?
Lance.
No,
No,
Lance
DP
does.
doesn't. Yeah, Lance does. Lance is one of the people that runs it, but he's one of the main people.
Yeah, he's
fact,
like
he's pretty much
the
the
head
only one.
administrator, I think.
He's not the founder, but he's basically second in command, and he does, as I understand it, like most of the work.
Yeah.
He made a video. He made a video about the drama on the wiki.
Yeah.
And he played it on DP for like 1 minute, and then they were like, "Fuck this," and like turned it off. But
They didn't
Lance
say
was
fuck
just,
this, but
I was in the video.
I didn't
Post.
see it, but Lance was over the moon that he was even on it. He was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god!"
Lance ignored the fact that Paul was covering up the name labels, so no one saw who was actually talking, including the part where I did a voiceover and you could only see the U of my name.
yeah, me and
Um,
Paul.
Yeah, I saw the
also
original.
made pretty much all the images for that. I'm just taking credit for things here. I made the name labels as well.
I thought it was good. Why did they only play a minute?
Because it's Drunken Peasants.
Attention spans are pretty low.
I think I did mention that to Lance. They probably wouldn't get through it all, but yeah. It was good though. Lance got his video on DP. Well deserved.
Just to
It was a pretty
be,
good
yeah,
video.
just to be on it at all, even
Yeah.
if they're
Mm.
shitting on you. I guess it's alright.
I could
But they
probably
didn't shit on him.
deliberately
They just said, "This
go
is
out.
boring."
Yeah, I could probably go out to like deliberately make a video to get on DP and get it on DP if I wanted to.
Yeah, like
I
I
wanna-
think
I wanna
could
talk
do
about
like a
people.
troll.
Yeah, that's all
weight
Tim has to do.
problem. Exactly. Is this a healthy weight?
Tim, you gotta get the video on there twice.
Yeah, Tim,
Get a
you
weight
could,
shirt.
you could probably get the Platypus video on DP. Although doesn't Platypus like those kinds of people? Isn't that what he likes?
I don't know his opinion on DP.
Okay,
Haven't figured it out yet.
fair enough.
He likes Jenny McDermott.
Oh Jesus, does he? I thought he didn't like her anymore.
He's trying to raise money for AIDS.
Oh yeah. It's true.
Working on that. Oh, try to get
I
$80
think
billion.
I actually saw somewhere else someone said that she had AIDS, and I don't think it was related to you. So either it's spreading or it's really obvious.
Oh, that's where I got it from the YouTube comments. People saying, you're just
Okay.
sad because you have AIDS. And I was like, that's perfect. I can use that.
You mean Platypus can use that?
A platypus can use it. So it was like a pro-Jenny video that wanted to help her with her AIDS.
Yeah.
So it was very respectful.
It was, yeah, very compassionate about her extreme ugliness.
Well, she flagged it for bullying, apparently,
Wow.
which is interesting.
Well,
that
I mean,
come
that
down?
is literally true, but
It was kind of
Irony.
bullying. I agree.
Was it taken down?
No, it wasn't. So I guess they just ignored her. Or they were like, oh, not her again.
Probably for the best.
No, I don't fucking know.
Probably.
Flags probably go by default to like a spam filter.
Yeah, exactly. Just into the void. But no, I mean, she's kind of a bully herself, so I don't. It's
Kind
very
of?
ironic.
You called me a rapist
kind of.
or a
Definitely
rape
a bully,
apologist.
Yeah, so her complaining about bullying is just like, come on. Who's buying it? It's the crocodile tears, yeah.
well, yeah. The only good thing about Jenny is that no one actually pays her any heed.
Is it BA, Bewildered Ape?
Yeah, but
Alexa.
he has the same problem. Like, he has a reputation, and it's not a good one.
Well, people are trying to figure out if he's the puppet master, like, you know, Josh, what's-his-face is behind Anita Sarkeesian, and Bewildered Ape
Yeah.
is behind Jenny.
I don't know. I think apply Uzlu's razor. Do not attribute to conspiracy what can be more easily explained naturally.
I didn't know he had a razor.
I do now.
No.
You stole that shit.
I didn't steal it. It's
don't
it's
use it,
adapted. It's adapted from Hanlon's razor, which is do not attribute to stupidity. No, don't attribute to malice what can more easily be explained by stupidity. And
So
mine
you
is
don't
basically.
think the
different.
bewildered ape controls Jenny?
I didn't say that. I actually don't know much about him. I just think like
He's the
you
puppet
can
master.
you can if you can explain it more easily naturally. Like if you can explain it naturally, there's no point attributing a conspiracy to it.
People say Josh What's-His-Face controls Anita Sarkeesian, so...
They do, and I think there's a bit more evidence towards that, but I certainly wouldn't assert it as fact. I think it's funny.
Yeah, like, she just repeats his words. There's a man behind the feminist.
I suspect it's not true, but there is some things around to suggest it.
Isn't she crowdfunding again? Isn't she trying to raise
she's
again?
e-begging again.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Someone did a calculation, and apparently, if you calculate how much her non-profit has spent, according compared to how much she's made from these fundraisers,
Acquired
she's
in
got like
assets.
$400,000 left,
I mean, it's
and
ridiculous.
she's trying to raise another $200,000.
Ugh.
Somebody
it's
has to
bullshit.
take down the patriarchy, so...
Yeah.
It takes a lot of money.
Well, she goes to Saudi Arabia then. She should take down that patriarchy.
That would be the prize target.
Yeah. Just like
Well, but if
TK
but if
is
she did it,
advocating, contributing towards that feminist charity that actually solves problems for women in the world. And
she went
Anita
and-
Sarkeesian doesn't even mention Saudi Arabia.
If he went and fixed Saudi Arabia, would you guys finally give us some credit?
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That
What
yeah, that
What
would
does he
be
have to do
very
now?
respectful.
Yeah. Be like,
Sweet,
okay,
alright.
Anita, you're forgiven. Good job.
I'll send her a letter.
Yeah,
These
sounds
guys said
good.
they'd totally forgive you if you fix Saudi Arabia.
That'd be something.
Good incentive.
I think that's how we solve this, man.
Just aiming in the right direction. I mean, in any way would be a thing for me.
Yeah.
See it.
Yeah.
It's like, for the new Assassin's Creed, I saw she did something on that, and like, didn't they have like a male and a female in the Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, I saw
yeah.
that.
There was some fucking collusion going on there, man. They made that game for feminism and Anita. I suspect strongly there was some collusion.
Yeah, I mean, right? It's just, that's what I mean. It's just kind of like it feels forced to me, and that's what gets me.
I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
exactly the kind of shit that Gamergate exists to oppose. Unethical games journalism.
her butts video could have been. It actually could have been a decent video, but she said butts too much, and she said strategic butt covering too many times,
Tim,
and it just
are
kind
you
of
saying
distracted.
that she has a point?
Yeah, like I only saw the parodies. What was the video
If you're just
about?
if you're just analyzing games, you can nitpick shit and just say this is interesting. Take a look at this, like the way that they
That's
show
not
the
what she
butts in the
does,
games,
Tim.
or whatever.
That's not what she does. She doesn't say, "Oh, this is interesting." She says, "Sex doesn't sell. Sexism sells." She basically accuses all gamers of being sexists.
I think games, like for example, Grand Theft Auto 5. I was like 3 dudes, and then like there's no women. I don't know.
So?
I didn't get that.
That's the story writer's choice. What
I know
you're advocating for
that's
is
the thing.
forced
I
equity.
I'm not saying that they have to change the games and shit. I'm just saying I don't know why they couldn't include a woman. It's not
Question.
that hard to do.
Can women
There were
enjoy a
women
story with a male
characters.
protagonist?
Tim,
Yo,
I don't know if you know this, but the gaming communities don't really have that many girls. So they're obviously going to have male leads, like they usually have white leads in movies, because it appeals to the audience more.
do you know that
There
from the
are a higher proportion of males.
statistics, demographics, whatever?
I can get them up now.
I mean, my
Yeah.
thing is that with movies,
I haven't
with
researched it,
games,
that's
with
why I'm
anything, like advertising, it's just like it's the free market. So the games that sell better, the games that do better, are the ones that are success, like gamers are buying. And if it just so happens that they're buying those games as a company, if I was the head of a company, I would say, okay, we need to make a game that is about this.
Do you
It's natural
reckon
selection.
if they have a Grand Theft Auto with a female protagonist, do you think gamers will be real pissed off?
I don't know if they'd be pissed off, but I don't know if they would like it as. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like just on a base level.
Sargon
like,
would
it
make
go
12
over
videos
as well.
about it.
Well,
Dude,
some of those games
Tim,
do well.
that's Sargon wouldn't care. Sargon
Bayonetta.
would be
Yes,
fine
he
with
would.
it. No, Sargon would be fine with it.
Grand
The
Theft
only
Auto,
the
you'd be
only
like,
reason he might
the
care
SJWs have changed the games.
the only reason he might
I can
care is
see
if he
that.
thinks there's actually like a point to that they have actually influenced it, and
The
that
lead
they're
character
actually.
is a feminist.
Yeah, I mean, if she was a blue-haired Tumblrite, then maybe he'd have a point. You know?
That would be epic triggering of anti-feminism. Like, people would go berserk.
Yeah, and the death of art.
Art is dead.
Yeah, it's not really worth it when you're stabbing art in the throat. Yeah,
To me,
amazingly,
is it a good game or isn't it? That's the bottom line.
Well, okay, the gameplay can be good if there's still this massive shit on top of it. But
Well,
yeah, amazingly,
if it's
atheist
done really
parents are
well,
maybe a good point, right?
Who gives
So,
a fuck? But like,
yeah, I mean, if everything about it is great, but it's got this feminazi character, then we'll still take it for what it is. A game that's great, but probably could have been better if not
with
for
a
the identity.
feminazi character.
Yeah.
I mean,
What they
if,
need
if
is just
do they
cis
show
white dude.
tits? Does she get naked in the game? That would probably make a difference.
Boobies.
Now she's almost certainly a swerve.
I was just saying though, I think the presentation of her videos of Anita's videos makes her seem puritanical and annoying, like your mother nagging you.
You?
Yes, I do.
I do too.
That's the problem. I don't necessarily have a problem with some of her points. I just don't like her presentation
I see.
very much. I think it seems pedantic and like fucking over analyzing. And like, I'm a gamer, so I'm like, stop lecturing me, just let me play. You know, that's what it feels like.
You just think we take it too far by sort of. You think we're apocalyptic about it when we criticize her, basically.
Yeah, I think the criticism is overblown at the same time, because it's just like, okay, she's making criticisms of games, whatever. It's just along as I don't have to listen to it too much about the butts and shit, you know.
Well, I would assess her as a con artist, according to her finances, the kind of thing she does, the lies she tells as well. And I think she is a Puritan, and she does want to damage the art of gaming. And she's making a fuck of a lot of money and getting in a fuck of a lot of connections with powerful, ethical, correct people.
That's the main feeling I had too. She's kind of puritanical. She doesn't
But all the other stuff I said too.
filth.
It's not just about her gaming, it's about her opposing freedom of speech, like going to the UN and all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a bigger point, I think.
It is. It's
anything
ridiculous. And there's a
besides
new
being
movement in the UN right
on
now.
YouTube.
It's going nuts.
Well, what I'm seeing for statistics is around 52 to 53% male.
I forgot you were here,
50,
man.
52%.
Shit, I
That's
gotta
not
start
gonna
checking
be-
IDs.
What
That's
percent?
not going to
Say
be
that
accurate,
again?
Dinosaur. He said 52, 53% male, but that's not going to be accurate because if
Yeah,
you look
yeah.
at all gamers, I think, yeah, you probably know what I'm talking about here. If you look at everyone who's ever played a game, including casual phone games, it's actually more women. But that's because casual phone games are by far the most numbers games, and mostly just women playing that. If you look at just console games, not even like real games, it's mostly men. And if you look at PC gaming, it's like a vast majority men, like probably like 5-10% female. That's just an estimate, but that's probably what the stats will show you. So if you look at gamers who actually care about gaming, it's almost all males. And so that's why.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
you'll
playing like
find
Call of
games
Duty
more targeted
multiplayer
towards
and
men.
there's a chick in there, it's like, whoa, hey, what's up? You know, this
Type of
dude's
gaming.
playing.
Yeah, so I think it's understandable that they cater to males. I would like to see more games catering to females if indeed there are not enough for the number of females. But the thing is that that's something that will happen naturally anyway, because there'll be a niche to be filled, there'll be money to be made, and people will go make it. If that was all Anita was advocating for, I'd have no problem with it. No one else would have noticed her, but that's not it.
Do you reckon GTA would be less fun if you were a woman? And like
No.
going around
Yes.
shotgunning people?
Honestly,
Yeah.
like, personally,
would.
yes. Like, I like being the crazy meth head guy in the last one and just going insane, like killing things and blowing shit up. And just the fact that I can, like, give them a bunch of tattoos and, you know,
Right.
I don't know, just go nuts. I mean, personally, but at the same time, I'm not, like, a big gamer. You know what I mean? I just, you know,
But when I play RPGs and I can choose my character, I often go as a black woman with an afro because it's funny.
Fucking feminist. Well, I think
No,
you
because I
probably
just
do
find
have
it
a point.
amusing. Because I'm like this black chick and I'm walking around.
Yeah. No, I think you might have a
People up
point there,
with it.
Dogma. Like, in a game where
Opposite of me.
sort of masculine qualities are important, like where you blow shit up and run around the town destroying things, being a male might actually be better for that experience.
Yeah.
But in games in general, I don't with playing as a female or male. Like, it doesn't bother me as
Well,
long
like
as it
Destiny,
fits into the world. It's fine.
Destiny did a really good job, I think. They, you can be guy, girl. The armor and everything kind of matches your character's body type.
It's cool to be
Uh,
fat too. That's fun.
Yeah.
Fat black
I
woman.
think Destiny did a good job of being, I don't know, equal. Is that? But at the same time, I don't want all games to be like Destiny. And that's my thing. It's like, great that we have the games that are equal. At the same time, like God of War, like that game, I want like big badass that is running around just tearing shit up.
Yeah.
But that's
Definitely
once again,
Kratos.
that's just me.
Kratolina,
Yeah.
the female version.
The female
Kraket.
version. And he is so hypersexualized.
Hmm.
And
I
he's
am
always
straight
in
as an
bed
arrow,
with
and he gave me a
random
boner,
women.
So.
Apparently, while they were developing him, they actually had a lot of armor on him, but they just kept taking bits off, and it kept looking better, more manly. So eventually, they just went with the like almost naked model.
Hell yeah, he did. That guy's so torn up. Jesus, I can't even really get to the story. I end up just fucking
You get
twirling
flustered.
the camera around. I
You're
do.
too flustered.
I'm all blushing.
You're
Even
like,
talking about it right now.
I can't even play this.
I gotta calm down.
Yeah, I have the Kratos attacking fucking Yahweh as my fucking Twitter background.
Oh yeah.
I was
Love
going to
that.
mention that, yeah. Someone
John.
in chat brought up the point, who gives a shit how people are depicted? Let's care about how real people are treated. And I would just say that, obviously, that's important, but we can talk about both.
Real people, overrated.
And that, I honestly, to a point, like, I agree, but it's not just anti or pro-feminists that are the ones. Both of them bring these points up of depictions and, I don't know, sex symbols and so on and so forth. So, it's something that's going to stay on the, on the chopping block for a little while.
Don't get me wrong, I think these issues are worth discussing. And someone could be on like essentially the same side as Anita and not do all the horrible shit that I condemn Anita for. So yeah, it's not like these issues aren't worth discussing. But I do think that
Fucking
atheists don't
idiot.
something to do. For some reason, that's something that anyone can do. Fucking hang
Yeah,
outs.
I don't understand why. How can I fix that?
I don't know if you can. If you Dinosaur, I know how to fix it. Dinosaur, if you do it to anyone else, we'll kick.
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
Fight me.
What do you say? Oh, he just did it.
He muted me.
Oh yeah.
1v1 me.
Yeah.
1v1 me. 1v1 me.
So wait, what's happening? Atheist muted Oozaloo. They're muting each other.
Yeah.
I thought that guy.
Then
that was
I
in the
kicked
chat, he
Dino.
was, like talking up a storm.
Hey. Why
Okay, how
me?
do I
What
block
do?
that kid in case he comes back in?
I think you've just done it. I think kicking them blocks them.
Okay, that's good.
I was gonna say, yeah. Did you guys see Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't too
Everyone
bad,
was saying
actually.
that was a feminist movie. I don't understand what the fuck they're talking about.
I didn't
No,
see that
has
in
it?
it.
Because the woman was the protagonist.
It had
that
a
I would say
strong
that's a
female
very
character.
actually.
Does that mean it's a feminist movie? It just means there's a
No,
strong
I guess.
female character.
She can be a protagonist all day long, and I love
It was
that.
the
I didn't-
no. It was a woman attacking the fat guy in charge. It was the patriarchy. It was symbology. The
Oh,
one guy,
right,
overlord
like he had
guy,
those,
that was
like, women's
patriarchy.
slaves.
I did not notice that. I just thought it's an entertaining movie and it's got a strong female character. And then I went on
And
Twitter and
every
everyone's like,
feminist wants to be that road
feminist
warrior that just
movie.
blows the head off a guy.
I think it was like the fat guy had the chicks, like the girls that he just kind of banged and made kids with, and then
Some of them
like,
died,
the
too.
women saved him, and that was like the
How does
feminist.
that? But that
Yeah, but
doesn't
they
make it
died too. Like,
feminist.
one or two of them
I,
died.
I don't know. I didn't pick up on it.
I don't think that makes it feminist. I think that's just
No.
the story. It's like,
I like
don't
that
know.
girl a lot.
Yeah,
I think
'cause
that movie could have happened exactly the same way without the existence of modern feminism. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, the movie was good as well.
The
I just
character
didn't
from
understand why people were
Skins
complaining
was a
about
nut
it.
job in that movie. That guy from Skins, like the first and second season, the English version of Skins. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. No, the
He
guy.
was, yeah. Like I like
That guy.
I like
That guy's
actor.
fucking
I like
crazy.
that show a lot. But yeah, I mean, like it was. I don't know. I didn't see Feminism. I watched that movie, and it was even in the peak of when I was watching like the Teal Deer and shit like that. And it wasn't that I didn't get triggered. I'll say that.
I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that, and it was just only after I went on Twitter that I even
Well, that's what
thought
I
about
get.
it.
Like, that's the back to tours thing. That's my issue with like the anti-feminism. It's like now you're just looking for fucking problems. It's like, why don't we stop looking for problems and like
Like,
just
there's a
kinda
scene where a woman curbs
And just
Trump's
criticize the
abuser.
problems
This is
that are
feminist.
yeah.
A woman can't stand up to a man in a movie.
A
That's
inevitable
feminist.
segue. Inevitable segue. Ghostbusters. Tim, your thoughts?
Holy shit.
Well, I think it just looks like it's going to be
Shit.
because I'm tired of all these crappy remakes like Star Wars and shit. I fucking
Fuck
hate
you.
the prequel trilogies. There is remaking shit.
Racist.
Oh, sorry, Tom.
Dude, the Star Wars remake was good. It wasn't even a remake, but the Star
Not a
Star Wars
remake,
7
damn
was
it.
good.
It's a sequel.
Yeah,
Well,
it's good.
they call it a sequel, but well, no, the current one, Phantom, whatever the fuck it's called, Force Awakens, is like a remake of
The
the original
Ghostbusters.
first Star Wars.
It's not a remake.
I mean,
It's
again,
pretty much a
it's
remake of the
with-
first film.
No.
They got what's Christine Wiig? Christine Wiig, is that her name? Is that one of the
I
girls in
think
it?
Kirsten Wiig.
Kirsten Wiig. I mean, she's just so attractive to me
Oh,
that
sorry.
I don't give a shit. It's like let
I
her
had the
be
wrong
hot
word.
on movie. You know, I
Sorry.
don't care.
Reboot, not remake. I had the wrong word.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Reboots.
I
I'm
get you
fucking
now.
tired of reboots. It's just like, leave Ghostbusters
But it was a good
alone.
reboot, though.
But
Which one?
Ghostbusters
Star Wars.
does
No.
look like it's going to be total
Star
shit.
Wars was a good reboot.
I
The
never saw
Ghostbusters,
Star Wars.
fuck that.
Nah.
It looks
I-
terrible.
I hate all of the new Star Wars. No offense.
Yeah, I didn't see the newest one.
It's
I
fucking
thought it was
irritating. So on those grounds, I didn't care about them being female protagonists or whatever because it's like it just looks like it's going to be a shitty movie. I don't care about them
Yeah.
being women.
But Tim, do
Yeah.
you think that the fact that they've like if you look at their they've got a photograph with holding up a sign saying girl power and like their entire crew is female. Do you think that could actually have played a role in it being so shit?
I don't know because when I watched the trailer, the special effects looked cheesy and the jokes looked cheesy and just the script looked cheesy anyways. So that distracted
Do you think
me
that men and women tend to have a different style of comedy? Do you think that could be part of the problem that the
I
comedy
don't
is
know
so bad?
because I just watched Zoolander 2 and it was a piece of shit and it was
Yes.
dudes. So
It looks
whatever.
terrible.
That sucked. I was like,
I
oh,
did,
man.
dude. On
I'm
that, I
saying, like-
agree. I agree with Hitchens in the comedy aspect. With women, I just don't like evolution has not. You know, men have the fucking peacock feathers, and like we do the dance, and women choose for the most part. And I don't think. You know what I mean? I have you ever read his take on that?
Yeah,
You know, Hitchens
for Vanity
talking
Fair,
about.
I think.
Yeah. I agree. You know, pretty much across the line with that. That men have just had to be more entertaining, funnier, you know, so that they can, you know, be the alpha and get the girl.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I prefer that wasn't true, but I haven't seen a great deal of evidence of like good female comedians. I'm perfectly
Yeah, I
open
mean,
to it.
Like,
It could be, I don't know, because men have to try harder to appeal to women, so and it's easier to see them as goofballs, I guess. Whereas women
Yeah.
throughout history have been like, you know, we want to venerate women because, you know, obviously we want to court them and all that kind of stuff. So it's just harder for them to find material, I guess.
Yeah, well, comedy is just one way to attract females, essentially, and
But it could be a
females don't
social
don't
thing,
have to
not
do
a.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a complicated subject.
Do you think Ghostbusters is the new one is racist?
Oh, because of the black chick. Yeah, it seemed a little racist.
She's extremely black. Like even I will say that that's racially insensitive and like just bad choice overall.
I also thought it was cheesy how
It
they
was.
they replaced the 4 men with women, but they make sure to replace the African American man with an African American woman, so that they've got like racial parity or whatever. I thought that was a bit weird. You know, very
Well, they
cynical
didn't make her
Hollywood
a
move.
scientist. When they didn't make the black girl a scientist, I was
Well, it's
thinking,
like, why don't they go all
that-
the way? Why don't they have someone in a wheelchair and then someone's trans and then, you know, but instead they're like, we'll just replace the 3 white people and the black person. I thought that was kind of
Yeah,
weird.
like I was expecting them to make the black person smart and make one of the white people the dumb
me
one.
too.
Like that would have been more feminist of them. That would have been the smart thing to do. But
actually
what they
would,
did
yeah.
was just stupid. That probably would have made
Like,
it a slightly better movie. But
when they
you can't
didn't, I
repeat
was
what I
thinking,
saw.
oh shit, here comes Beyonce and Jada Pinkett Smith about to freak out about the black girl that's not a scientist. And I mean, I don't know.
I think to me that's more of the whole thing to me is more of a cynical Hollywood ploy than something feminist, at least in my opinion. They're like, hey, this will get a lot of attention.
Probably is that,
We
yeah.
could shut her down in 15 minutes.
Sure.
That's all good.
You've kind of gone a little bit off topic due to lack of
Very.
retards.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I don't think the Root drama is very funny. Like, there isn't much lulls to be had as far as I can tell. And we didn't have many guests, so it was good to have a chat, though, good to have a general conversation. I think a lot of people are enjoying it. I
Yeah.
What about Boris? No Boris?
Boris can come on now. I haven't
Yeah,
checked my Twitter in a while. Nothing on Twitter.
Well, that's probably good because I didn't bring my earplugs.
I think he's depressed.
From what I saw, he was at the
Fucking
heart
go
of
to my
the
truck and
match.
grab some.
Wait,
At least
Tim.
know what's happening.
Huh?
Tim, are you saying Boris is low?
Yes,
Me?
he is.
Oh no. Okay.
He's feeling very low right now.
Well, I was in a hangout yesterday with a bunch of flying monkeys, and they were all bickering about race and shit. And it was quite interesting just to see them falling apart. Like, okay, good stuff.
Civil War.
It's kind of funny that their bickering is on race.
Yeah.
So I'm sick of it.
Now, Boris
That's
was trying to
amazing.
be. Boris was trying to like make sure everyone knows that he is racist, and that Devon just didn't know that he's also racist, so he shouldn't have kicked him. He's like, Devon knows that I make a lot of disgusting jokes about race. He knows I'm okay with it. Why did he kick me? You know.
Honestly, if the issue is just about racist jokes, then what a bunch of fucking pussies. What a bunch of SJWs.
Well, because Boris said he implied that Devon was racist and Devon kicked him.
Well,
Okay.
I know.
So it's like, I swear, I'm actually racist. Please take me back, Devon. Like,
I find it comes down to what you can't dismiss as a joke. Because it seems like a pattern. Every time that you're wrong or backed into a corner, it becomes a joke. That's what kind of bothered me about the situation.
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
It's just
like,
funny.
in their heart of hearts, it's like, are they really racist? Do they really like think black people are less or worse than any other people? I have no idea. But yeah, like you said, sometimes words get out of hand. You know what I mean? Some off-colored joke. Ooh, wordplay, colored. And
Off-colored.
you know,
Ooh. Yikes. Take
and
that
you know,
back.
I'm not being racist. I'm not trying to be a racist. I shouldn't have said that. And so, you know, I don't know. Well, I have no idea what happened though. Like you said, I heard you said there was, you know, Josh. I heard you quote it, but I have no idea what he said or what.
Well, Boris said he
came
was just making a joke about Devon being racist, and Devon took it seriously because he's like really sensitive about it. You know?
You're welcome.
Well, there you go. Maybe it's, I don't know.
Josh,
What do you
you
guys?
excited his soul.
I blame you guys.
Well, that would have been TJ, actually.
Yeah, probably more. I don't know. I mean, TJ caused the pressure, but we were pretty relentless. We were pretty major voices. Then again, I wasn't calling him racist. You were.
I said I changed it to he said racist.
Yeah. I know. At one point, though.
With the Devon thing, like your hangout with him. Is that what you're talking-
I said it multiple times. I've been saying it for fucking months.
But eventually, it's just a game, right? It's like people putting up, you know, Nazi imagery with Josh, and you know.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's just bullshit. It's just people just.
Yeah, it definitely devolved into nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I heard, you know, the original comment. What was it? You know, it's just like black people are insanely more criminal.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's like.
I have no problem with that one.
Me neither. It's true.
I have a problem. Yeah, but I
do.
had a problem with
It's
the, you know,
hyperbolic. But...
maybe black people should stop committing crimes. That was the comment I always had a problem with because
That's the one I read the article on.
yeah, and I agree with everything Tom said about that.
I don't, what is that? I didn't read the article.
I'll link you to my article at some point. Essentially, I make 3 claims about that statement. I can't remember exactly what they are. The article was a while ago. I'll link it to you.
Okay.
Read.
Yeah, Tom sums it up pretty well.
For instance, I did like a video on, so it's like black kids in schools, all right, and it's like their percentage of like single parent households, for example, I mean, is staggering. I mean, it's way up there. I mean, it's well beyond any others, and so sex education is something that is very important in terms of teenage pregnancy and so forth. And so it's like if you're not in school, you know what I mean, and they're missing school, they're suspended, they're going from this school to that school, moving with different family and so forth. It's like you're missing the sex ed classes. So it's like, we could focus on some real ways to, I don't know, I don't want to say stop some of that stuff, but at least, try
well,
to
you're
balance
actually
it.
giving things context. It's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So you should stop.
I need to stay surface. I need to stay
Yes.
very superficial.
Nuances are legal.
I was gonna say you should make a T-shirt. You know how he took "God is not dead." You should make it like Photoshop that to "Nuance is not dead."
Nuance is
But
tough, man. Nuance, I mean, I get why people are fed up with it. I mean, I think in my mind, it's like you have a problem. It's a big problem. So nuance is looking at the different factors of a problem. A lot of times you have people conflating 2 problems and calling that nuance. And it's like, well, that's not nuance. Those are 2 different problems. But in terms of, for example, like you said, let's say black crime rates, it's like that's a big problem with a whole bunch of factors, and there is nuance in there.
I mean, providing nuance doesn't mean the black crime rate is not higher. It just means you're providing context about it. It doesn't change the original fact. But they feel like you're trying to say the original fact is like doesn't exist or something. But that's not the point.
Yeah, when you fully acknowledge that it does multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. And you can keep bringing it up. They just want you to talk about only the original fact and nothing else. And that's
that gets
the weird
stale.
thing.
I mean, if nothing else, it's like, why would you just say the same thing over and over again? I don't want to, like, personally.
Because you've got some weird racial issue of some kind.
Just saying facts, bro.
But I feel like, that's the situation with Devon. Like, that whole racist thing is coming back and kind of biting his followers in the ass because he's taking it so seriously. He's taking it out on his followers now.
Oh, they've twisted their logic so fucking hard, they'll trip over it for the rest of his fucking history.
Yeah.
No, they'll just have double
fucking
standards.
K-Fox, he just fucking can't help himself.
God, that guy. He's dynamic.
Tim, am I right in remembering that you said that you think that AIU is actually racist?
Oh, when did I say that?
I think it was while me and Josh were saying we don't think he's actually racist. Maybe you've changed your position now. What do you think now?
No, I think he's actually racist.
Yeah.
Sorry. No,
I don't think he's a racist. I mean, just from what he's.
I used to not think that, but I think it's gone on for so long now. I just don't know what else it could be. I thought it was like a racial problem, but.
Well, the other
it's
theory
like
is he's a narcissist and he can't deal with being wrong, so when he fucks up, he goes all into it. Tries to cover up the fact that he fucks up, make apologetics. That's what the problem is.
He's been stubborn and hard-headed.
Yeah,
I guess.
And I think he only fucked up initially. Like, his intent was not what he said, and so people latched on to what he said, and like as you would, and condemned him for that. And then he was defending his intent. So it was kind of muddled there, and what he said was racist, but I don't think he himself is actually racist from the other things he said.
Well, that's kind of like pop psychology. I'm not a psychiatrist, so.
No, neither am
I. There is like psychology behind that. So I mean, like for example, if you were to say if someone asked you a question and they knew you were wrong, and so they said that it was like an experiment, and they said, hey, is this thing whatever? Is it old? And it looked old, and you really believe that, and then they said, oh no, it's not. Then you would come up with like a different reason for why you think it's old. And it's like, no, it's not. What I said before, actually, it's this. It's it's old because of blah blah blah. And there's well, that too is wrong because da da da. And then you would come up with a new reason. I just read this really awesome article.
Pride.
I wish
Apologetics.
I knew more about it.
Apologetics.
Yeah,
old
I mean, it really
things.
is. I mean, it is.
For things that aren't
I mean,
old.
I don't know, like, I mean, I think everybody, like, does that
Sometimes
to a degree.
I find being called an apologist hilarious sometimes because then I have to figure out what I'm apologizing for. I am? Wait, what? Why? Oh, yeah, for this? Okay.
Hey, Tim, I think the solution is to remove all nuance and just call you aggressive.
Well, that's already been done multiple times, so
Let's
go
it,
back
then.
to
It's not a problem. That's going to be our policy from now on.
that's worked out so far. I think.
Don't forget to block everyone that disagrees.
Yeah,
Just after
I'm
you
still
doxed.
working on that.
Well,
I've only got one so far.
let me disagree. I guess let me play devil's advocate here. So where was it that AIU, like, where was he wrong and that needed pointed out?
From the drama in general?
I mean, yeah, just like a statement that was not correct and he should have changed, like he should have modified.
Because he strawmans everybody and everything. Like that first Jacqueline.
Yeah, it's more like his overall personality. He's just a general piece of shit. What he does, like, he cannot handle criticism, and what he does to his critics.
Yeah.
The fact that he criticizes everyone but can't take criticism himself.
Yeah, he criticizes everyone, but if you criticize him, he blocks you, or he doxes you, or he fucking tells you to go fuck your mother and kill yourself. Like, he's just a shitty person.
Hold on a second, because I think it's a good question. It's worth answering. So all the stuff that everyone's just mentioned is valid, and those are some of the reasons that people opposed him, but that all sort of arose later. The original argument was, in the original video, it seemed like he was saying something racist to most people, right? And when he was confronted on it by Josh and by others, it seemed like his position was that black people commit crime because they're black. For no other reason. There's no reasons for it. It's just their fault, so we should condemn them. Right? That seemed racist as fuck. Now, as we progressed further along, we started to discover his position was a bit more nuanced than that. That it was.
Because I don't care about the causes attitude.
Yeah, it was. He didn't care about the causes, and he never said there are no causes, as far as I know. He definitely strongly implied it on occasion. But that was the problem that Josh had. I think I agree with Josh there. But it was during the course of this argument where he would do things like constantly lying about Josh and other people and slandering people and calling for them to flag those videos and basically do a bunch of unethical, underhanded, subversive shit. And that later became what we were condemning him for, because after he admitted what the causes are, after he explained it while Josh was there, that was sort of the end of the race argument, and then after that we were just condemning him for the unethical shit he did after that, because it was soon after that he doxed me, and then he doxed some other people, and I think you, Outspoken Realist, you've been doxed shortly before that. So after that, he was basically exposing him for that.
Okay.
And he's actually stopped doing that now. I think he's too bogged down with this current drama, so he's probably forgotten about us, which is why my videos
we've left him alone too,
dislikes. Yeah.
So that adds into it.
I do find it funny.
No, he did make 2 videos about me.
Yeah, and I was in 2 of his videos too.
There you go.
I'm not worth his time, but here's an hour and a half of content.
Yeah. I find it kind of funny that, like, he was said he threatened me many times, like, vaguely. Like, for me taking down his Twitter and for me exposing him in the video, like, he would make threats against me and say, like, oh, you have no idea what's coming, you just wait, boy, stuff like this, And now he's just nothing. Like, I've lost literally nothing from this, except my anonymity, but that's pretty much gone anyway, because Google Plus is shit.
I think everyone needs to stop saying, like, you're obsessed with me because you made a video about me, because everybody makes videos about
that's the worst
other.
argument ever.
Everybody is obsessed with everyone, because everybody makes videos about other people, so...
You're just doing this for attention. Yeah, that's what everyone on YouTube is doing it for.
If I make a video about someone... Somebody always says to me, like, you're obsessed with this thing. And I'm like,
Devin's obsessed with Cenk Uygur.
I just want to make a video about it. Yes, he probably is, yeah. Those people are obsessed
with Jimmy McDermott.
But they don't
real
let us
quick,
use that
I want to
argument.
say, I'm reading the
Some
chat
people are
right
obsessed with
now,
AIU.
and it's like, okay,
I think that's true.
when we were talking about, like, games and stuff, it was like, oh, fuck, they're not talking about anything.
I know.
Now that they've gotten off of Devon. And now that we're talking about AIU again, it's like, oh, you guys are obsessed about this. It's like, well, I mean, like, what do you want, man? Like, don't watch or do. You know what I mean? I don't know.
So you guys been watching The Walking Dead?
The AIU fans are pathologically dissatisfied with their opponents. Like, they are unwilling to be honest about the actual entertainment value or intellectual value of their opponents. That's my conclusion, because the hangouts that we do, in my opinion, and this may be my own bias, are significantly more interesting than the ones I've seen with AAU and his people. Like, we get onto more topics, we actually go deeper into
the chat.
They lie so much in their videos. Like, I was watching their hangout on this, and they just lie their fucking ass off.
But Tom, nuance is boring though.
So, like,
Yeah.
there's this quote in this video. Somebody had threatened to dox Devon, his parents' address and his address in Germany, and then somebody asked, "Oh, why would he do that?" Then Anthony responded, "Because he makes videos on YouTube." That was the answer for why AIU is being threatened to be doxxed. It's because he makes YouTube videos. That's all he's ever fucking done.
That's amazing. People.
That's what they pump out on their fucking hangouts. It's just bullshit, lies, and propaganda.
Yeah, because on the race thing, he had this line where he said, he was like, "Oh, when someone does a murder, it's the fault of the murderer. And when someone does a rape, it's the fault of the rapist." And that's it. And then that's the end of the argument. And he just kept saying that over and over again. He was like, "The murderer does it, Josh, the murderer."
Yeah, but then we look at certain places and certain towns that have a higher crime rate, and we look at the socioeconomic differences between those and areas with a lower crime rate, and we find patterns. And that's how we learn how to prevent that murderer from murdering that person.
I mean, I'll say,
you're apologizing for murder right now.
You're right. That is exactly why I'm a rape apologist, because I said the majority of rapists have a personality disorder. That makes me a rape apologist.
I think we agree that the murderer does the murder and then the rapist does the rapist, but we want to prevent that happening again in the future. That's the point.
I mean, on this issue, on pretty much everything, I think this is kind of what sets me into according to someone that was on Tim's comment, a right-wing nutbag.
Oh yeah, we had a hangout. All of my watchers were like, "Who's this right-wing guy?"
Yeah, who's this?
And I was like, "Sorry, man."
No, it's no problem. And,
I get followed by kind of liberal
people.
people.
I am an individualist in this sense. I do look at there are factors, there's sociological factors, so on. I can totally see that. At the same time, I do think people have minds, people have, agency, and we can try to instill better environments and help societies, but when it comes down to it, people need to be accountable.
Yeah, of course. My only position is yes, individuals are accountable for their actions, but their actions are caused by things. That's as far as I go. I'm not saying that because these people are poorer we should be more lenient. That's a straw man.
Nobody's ever said that, and that's what they always say. We say that.
That's what Devon kept coming back to over and over again.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "The murderer did it." It's like, yeah, everyone knows that.
Making excuses
Why
for
do you keep saying that? Yeah. There's a new person in the chat. Eve Pigsy.
In the hangout.
Yeah, what's up? Me?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, might as well just introduce myself. I'm from Australia. I'm 23 years old. I do computer science. And my name's Lachlan. What's up?
You call me a cunt.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Also from Australia, and
why am I a cunt for?
Conflict.
Which guy? Whoa. Okay, we got a lot of. Let's just all chill out. We're just friendly people on the internet. It's cool.
So, on a scale of 1 to a lot, how much do you hate all of us?
I don't really know you guys that well. I mean, I've watched some of your content. I disagree with a lot of stuff you guys say, but I don't know you, so I wouldn't hate you guys. I just
what in particular?
a lot of shit you say.
What was your issue with Tor? What did he do?
With what?
With me,
Mr. Realistic guy.
Oh, just calling Devon a racist, I think, is a bit of a stretch, to say the least. But, that's...
Oh, it was about that. All right.
Did you actually call him a racist, Tor?
Didn't you just 5 minutes ago? You asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, I would."
Yeah, he did, twice. Within 10 minutes.
I mean, everyone's gone over this a million times, though, right? Everyone knows the arguments as to why people think he is and why he isn't, but...
It was Tim
I think it's all being laid out.
Hold on. It was Tim that said he was racist just now. Yeah, it was Tim, not us.
You're supposed to hate me, not Tor.
No, I think Eve saw my I'm gonna call
Oh,
you
right.
because
Sorry,
that's
we're
what it
talking about
says.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you saw my
Oh.
video about Jamie, and in that video, like, there's comments where I called Devon racist, and I've kind of backtracked a little bit from that. Like, I kind of I have trouble making up my mind because sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe he's not racist, but he probably has some racial prejudice, and then I go back to no, he's racist because he just like I said before, he doubles down on this shit. But
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
what do
he
you think?
definitely
I
does
really
have prejudice against
What do you
black
think
people.
racism is? Like, a lot of people think it means different things, right? So, in the past, it meant I think I'm superior to this race because I'm this race, right? That's what it typically means, but it's really crept into all these weird things like subconscious bias, which
Yeah.
everyone has, and it's kind of meaningless because that means everyone's racist because everyone has subconscious racial biases. So it's
Oh
an
yeah, I know
vacuous
that.
statement to accuse somebody of that. So
Yeah,
What
but not
what
everyone's
I was
projecting their own thoughts onto YouTube and backing it up with bullshit statistics and manipulating the stats to make one demographic look worse than the others, and then belittling the factors that lead towards those crime rates.
yeah, okay, we're not us, Josh, have been over that, but I mean people have been over that with you a lot, so I'm not really interested in that.
What?
to me, racism is conscious, and then like racially prejudiced is something that's subconscious. I think Devin is just too stupid to realize that he has a racial prejudice against blacks because he holds them to a different standard. Because these people to sit there and point to like world star hip hop and like, oh, look at all these videos of ghetto black people fighting.
Black
That's
culture.
evidence to support my claim that all black people are violent, and they don't say the same thing about white people. So in the same way they call Josh a paternal racist, I say that applies more to Devin because he doesn't hold black people to the same standard he holds to white people.
Fun
So
fact,
I wouldn't
Anthony
say
was
he's
his
like
definition of a paternal racist.
what?
Anthony said the definition for what a paternal racist is, and he failed by himself in that same hangout. So he, by his own definition, is a paternal racist. Go on.
Yeah, but he's a liar.
Could we
so
just
it's
like
not...
give it a one thing at a time, I guess? Because obviously it's a lot of people in one room that disagree with one guy, me, right? So I take it you didn't mean to say that Devin. You said all black people in there. Like I take it you don't actually think he hates all black people, right? It's not a
Yeah, I'm not saying
all
like
thing,
he's
right?
a KKK member.
Yeah, but you did
all
say
black.
all, right? I take it you just didn't mean to say all, right? I think he just said he thinks all black people are violent. Like obviously he doesn't think that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's like people that
Obviously.
have the mentality though.
Well,
and-
yeah, because he
but-
brings out specific statistics about the group that he's talking about, and he goes at like painstaking lengths and makes jokes about how he says that he's only condemning the people that actually do the crimes and not the ones who don't. Like,
No, but
and he
he
breaks
doesn't
his.
go to any lengths. All he says is condemn black people for these statistics. Like he may be generalizing, but he never goes into detail. Like he never says these are the black people we should be condemning. Like he may think it's obvious, but
So
he's still
have you
generalizing about
heard the
the
whole
race.
thing about how he goes like, okay, so it's obviously just like black males, but then within black males, it's obviously just for young black males. So really, we're only dealing with 2% of the population, not like 13% of the population. You've heard all that stuff, right? So he is obviously specifying exactly who he's talking about.
I
Later.
haven't heard him say that. He never
yeah,
said that.
he has gone back.
Well, then I guess you just haven't seen as much of this stuff.
I mean, and let me just say
full
on
intended
this
opinions
is
on what we've been arguing against. It's been him live we've been arguing against, and he's never said anything like that. He's never gone into any detail. He's just said condemn black people. We've basically all we wanted him to do was go into that sort of detail and explain what actually the details are.
Let me say
He never
on
did.
this one thing though, it's like
fuck.
this is kind of like the Muslim
Wait, did we
thing
kick him?
where
Let
it's like every
JM talk.
time-
Yeah.
Where every time we talk about Muslims, it's like I hate the fact that every time we talk about it, it's like I have to say not all, and it's just kind of like that's how I saw that with the Jacqueline Glenn video, for example. He just wasn't kind of saying not all enough or maybe at all, and it was like, but I mean I kind of understood that it was like he's talking about the criminals, like the black criminals that are doing it. I didn't
Then
think
he'd say
was
black people.
I
He'd be
don't. You don't
general.
have to.
Wait.
You don't have to say not all. You can just be specific in your language. Simple.
Okay. I mean,
You
like,
don't
how
have
would
to
that?
keep
How would
saying
you
not
do
all.
that? Like, just
Well,
so
you would
I
do
know.
that by citing polls and statistics gathered by credible sources like the FBI.
That-
Right?
Yeah, then
Yeah,
also
but then-
discredit your opinions and you can't build
You
a
would
ranking
say if I'm
system.
talking about.
No, let's just
crime-
ignore
When
that fact
you
too.
say, look, here's his statistics, black people should stop committing crime. Like, the
Well,
statistics
shouldn't have
stand on their own, they're fine, but then when you use that to say black people should stop committing crime, okay, so you're saying that the racial demographic of black people in the US commit more crime per capita, that's all true. And what I just said is basically the same point that he makes, but I made it with tact.
What do you do? So it's okay. No, don't worry. This is going to go around in circles of things I've heard before, because people have gone like, oh well, how else would you say it? And
Well, you can also talk
that's
about the
what we got.
conditions black
Everyone's
people
already-
live in. which is
everyone's
far from
already heard
ideal.
of this before. So
You can talk about the conditions they live in and unemployment.
There's
and
so
the
much
fact that-
information on this topic that I feel that it's really been decided. So if you come down on one side of the issue to say that Devon's a racist, there's a lot of evidence on both for both sides, right? So, okay, that's not what I meant to say.
Well,
So
yeah,
there's a lot of
evidence
information
showing
out
he
there,
is,
right?
and
So
evidence
people
showing
can
he
make an
isn't,
informed
so-
decision on this. So when people make claims like Devon's racist, there's so much information out there on this issue that people aren't uninformed anymore. So it's just people making incorrect decisions at this point. It's not new evidence or any of this crap. It's just people being idiots with the information that's
No,
available.
there's a lot of misinformation spread also from Devon Tracy himself. He's a pathological liar. He fabricates his entire opponent's argument. Like, he just lies constantly. And you're like wondering why everyone's so fucking confused.
No, I'm not
Well,
wondering
not
why.
on
I know
that
why
one.
people
Like-
think he's racist. Because they're
And he's a
stupid.
lying fuck, too. So, are you gonna sit there and say that he's not dishonest?
Well, obviously. Like, what?
Obviously, yeah, he's dishonest. Fuck.
I mean, what?
I mean, off of that issue. I mean, I'm not going that
Yeah,
far.
yeah,
I'm still on the one. I'm still on the one thing, and it's kind of like, okay, so the way that, and the only reason I sympathize with this, with Devon on this issue, is because like the way that I talk, I get kind of like heated up sometimes if I'm making a video about something and something like has upset me, and I'll start talking, and I'm not really, I don't have a script. I'm not reading anything. I'm just, kind of spitting out what I'm saying, and that's where I'm, like I said, I can sympathize, because it's like I'm not carefully thinking through like each thing. It's like I've brought up the point and now I'm kind of just going off on it, and I might not give all the details that I should have or that could be given to a situation. You know what I mean? Because that could require a whole other video, talking about, how, what has led to the poverty in the black community and the segregation and the gentrification and all this and that. I mean, that's a whole other topic sometimes. So that's the reason I can say I sympathize with AIU on that one specific thing, and I'm not going into the other dishonesties, and I'm not talking about any of that stuff.
He's had a lot of opportunities to talk about it in much better detail and render the issue more fully. I mean,
Well, yeah, he's talked about it for like hours and hours.
No,
on,
but he's
on his
never
YouTube channel,
chosen to
right?
go. He's never chosen to go into depth on.
Well,
the issue.
you don't think he's going into depth because he double downs on his position, right? And the reason he does that is because his position is correct in the first place. So there's no need to backtrack or anything or go into more detail.
He's correct when he's
Mr.
correct when he
Tom
says
just
when
agreed
we make
with
excuses for
stats.
criminals when we're not. He's correct in making that straw man.
We all agree that black people
How
commit more
about
crime.
99% of black people killed by cops are totally justified?
Whoa, hold on. Josh, don't bring that up. Just don't bring
That doesn't
don't
count.
even go there.
That doesn't count.
One thing
Go there.
Straw man.
But Eve, like you're saying that he's correct, but like when he said, black people should stop committing crimes, and people are like, okay, well, black crime is so high for these reasons, and he says, I don't give a fuck about the reasons. You're aggressive with white guilt. Stop making excuses for criminals. How do you you can't it's bullshit. He's
Like
a
zero
fucking straw
ideas.
manning, and he's a liar, and how
No
can
ideas
you
on it.
condone that?
Like, I think we're just having a different reaction to the same information. I don't think anyone's really lying or misrepresenting
Yeah.
No, he is
each other.
lying.
I think it's
saying
just
he actually
people.
said
Some people
people
are
like
dumb
me.
and some people aren't.
No, I think if
No, like, how
AIU
about when
agrees
like,
with
Anthony
us,
said, I literally said all rapists are mentally ill. That is a gross misrepresentation, documented, of their side straw man.
Well, you did say that, and you did mean it. I mean, you can backtrack on it now if you want
What?
to. That's fine. But
No, I'm sorry, what? Are you
I
saying
watched-
that I actually
yeah, I
said
watched-
all rapists are
yeah,
mentally
yeah, you did. I watched the thing live. Maybe I misremember, but that's
No, you
what
heard
I
it,
remember.
Devon or Anthony saying I said that. I
Well,
called
I
them
remember
out
you
on this.
saying,
and
maybe
they
I
already
didn't.
acknowledged
I mean, you
that
can
I never fucking
backtrack
but
on
said
it
those
if you
guys
want,
never
back
lie.
whenever.
They're trustworthy. We can trust them. So
I'm
sure
not
Oh,
saying
great.
that I'm getting my source of information from what they said. I'm saying I'm getting it from what I remember Josh saying at the time.
Pretty poor memory then. So we've
Well,
got
yeah,
Tommy
maybe.
from the
I mean, it
Bronx
was like a
here.
year ago.
I
This
don't know
shit
who
was
that
like a
is.
year ago, wasn't it? How long
Like
ago was
No,
it?
like
it wasn't a
7
year
months,
ago.
I'd
It was
say.
Yeah, like a long time, like whatever.
Yeah,
It
7
was.
months.
Wait, but you're saying Devon agrees with us. He's just really bad at putting his ideas forth, so people get confused. Basically, because you're
okay,
like, we all agree.
No, I'm saying that you're really bad at interpreting
Well,
people's
here's like
ideas.
take this
Oh,
and
it's
take
our
this
He's
and
great at
fault we can't make this
communicating. He's
position
great at
clearly.
communicating. We're bad at
take this for one
Yeah.
second.
Yes. Yes.
People get on
Understood.
Sam Harris. People get on Sam Harris, for example, because it's like he doesn't bring up the U.S. military enough.
Mhm.
But it's like the guy, his focus, Sam Harris, his focus has always been on like religion, how it's a bad idea, how it can be very like poisonous and create like a lot of terrible behavior. And so it's kind of like other people bring it up, but his focus is on the religion aspect, and then he gets
But
kind of damned
but
because he
it's
doesn't bring in all
not.
the other factors. And it's
Then
like,
why is
well,
he
that's
talking about
just not his
profiling and
topic.
preemptive wars if he's just all about
Well, I mean,
religion?
once again, that's like the other. I mean, like that. Those are other topics. I'm just saying, like on that one thing, it's kind
He
of
brings
like
them up.
there are other factors, and I mean, yeah. But in this case, I'm saying similarly to how Devon has brought up other topics. If we're just talking about how Devon has talked about race, I'm trying to like draw this kind of analogy, I guess, where like Harris, he talks about religion. So I'm not surprised that he's not talking about foreign policy and military and stuff, because that's not his thing. It's like, Harris's thing is the religion
But
aspect.
he does talk about foreign policy, like he talks about droning, for example.
I think he's talked about it more like
Droning
since he's
is
gotten a lot of
awesome.
the backlash.
Is anyone here against droning?
Well,
Actually,
it
like
depends
one of
what droning. that you're
Like-
talking about.
Yeah, that depends.
like just for practice of, I mean, we can be against certain drone strikes against certain
or
people.
droning
I mean, I'm
I just
against
mean
it
the-
in a way, like
all the time.
I just
war.
mean using drones over what we used before, like bombing, right? Like
I guess
drones are just
droning
better. Right?
Jihadi John was alright because that guy was a fucking prick.
I mean, aside, take it away from specific who got droned or whatever, just for practice of drones. Like the U.S. military should use drones instead of bombs, right? Like that's
I
just
don't know
good.
because
Well, it all comes down to human
instead of
error.
bombs, yeah, of course, instead of bombs, but they can be counterproductive because it can create this like climate of fear that basically turns a lot of people
and bombs don't.
against America.
And it's
No,
the same
but
way with like
I
when
agree
people
with
use
you, bombs are
swords and they
worse. I
switch to guns.
totally
It's
agree with
like it's going to be scary at first. It's a better
If
weapon.
it's a choice between bombs and drones, there's no
Guys, can I
choice.
interrupt you a
Yeah.
Of
second?
course,
here?
drones.
Guys, hold on a second. I said this
still
earlier,
have
but I don't
drawbacks,
think you guys
like a lot of
heard.
drawbacks.
There's a guy called Tommy from the Bronx here who I think wants to say something. So
Oh,
go
what's
ahead.
up, man?
All right, Tommy.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Joshua, you're a fucking it. Fuck you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be pretty unlikely for Tommy to be here.
Everyone, fuck you. Biggie, fuck you too. Fuck all of
How
you.
many sock accounts do you have?
Many. I'm on a
Well, good luck with that.
No, I mean, hold on. The title of this hangout is
Oh my fucking god.
all cultists are welcome. Why did you kick me, you fucking faggot? Yeah, kick me.
Oh my god, fuck. It was a terrible idea.
I
was
didn't really
that?
need to block
really
him.
was.
He's just retarded.
He kind of sounded like
that's-
somebody else for a second there, then he just broke character.
Can I just say one word that I think will sum this up for us? Obsessed. The guy makes a
Foxman?
fucking stock account to join this hangout. That was K-Fox.
Yeah.
Just gonna go grab a drink. Be right back.
What a
Interesting.
fucking
You enabled him, Tom. You gave
been
him the
triggered.
platform.
And
Yeah, I thought he was someone else.
Who
I
was
actually-
it? Was that
It was K-Fox.
It's K-Fox again.
Yeah.
I've heard of the person he was posing as, but I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
He's also tweeting to me as a fake guy called something Gray.
He claims that's not him.
Mr.
That is
Gray,
definitely
not
him.
my Christian.
Absolutely, it's him. He's like, "How are you and Garrett today?" I'm like, "Oh my god." He's
K-Fox
obsessed
is
with Garrett.
like my most obsessive hater, I'd say, or at least one of them. And he seems to be your most obsessive hater, Tim.
He must have an obsessive personality. Like he just gets stuck on things and he can't let
I
them
think
go.
he's just upset that we've emasculated him so many times live, He just wants to try and get back at us in any way he can.
I didn't think I emasculated him. I thought we had a good conversation, and then it turned out he was kind of insane. So I was like,
I saw one hangout. There was a Trolls on Trial. You guys had him on, and yeah, it was pretty bad for him. Even his like people that were behind him were like, dude, bail out.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like K-Fox. I mean, you guys have seen the Flying Monkeys like hangouts, right? Like everyone jumps on K-Fox for almost everything.
Even in the chat, in this hangout, they were.
I think he says a lot of things that are sane, but then he says a lot of fucking crazy things. Like he goes off the edge. Yeah.
he takes things too seriously. He needs to chill.
Yeah.
Just relax. The paper bag. Breathe into the bag.
So Eve, I still want to know, how do you defend Devon saying people like me are making excuses for criminals when he's completely being dishonest and disingenuous? Like, how do you defend that?
Or we won't acknowledge.
Well, so like the whole people like you bring up mitigating factors, and then Devon says like that's bullshit. You're making excuses for criminals.
And then we say we're not. We fully acknowledge statistics. Yeah.
So when you're having a conversation specifically about who's doing crimes, and then you try and move a conversation to the reasons they do those crimes, it comes off as you're trying to say that it doesn't really count that these people do these crimes because
and that's where you guys are wrong, because you're totally putting words in our mouth. You're totally showing
here's the thing, okay. So when you see this discrepancy between when you see this discrepancy between two different demographics, in this case a racial demographic, you can point it out, and that's fine, but that's not just step one of the procedure, but at that point you're sort of intellectually somewhat obligated to ask, why is this strange discrepancy happening? Because if you don't ask that question, it makes it look like you're saying, okay, it must be the difference we've identified, the race, right? And if you don't go further than that, it looks like that's what you're saying. So when you go further than that, you actually explore, why is there this strange disparity between these two racial groups? Then you can start to assuage that problem, where you look like a fucking racist. Okay.
But then they say
so in the hangouts I've seen.
So it's actually the same discussion. It's not just the same discussion. It's incumbent upon you to include both.
Yeah, but you really have to get point one well finished before you go.
Okay. So question: when we have acknowledged point one, we've gone over it so many times. You've said yes, I agree. Do we not then need to move on to point two?
Well, you don't have to. You can if you want. I mean, that's entering a different.
You just only want
entering a different topic, right? That's a different point.
Eve,
doesn't make any sense.
Eve, if you want to solve a problem,
who said we do?
Causes. That's all.
Who said anything about Devon wanting to solve problems?
He just wants to
because
whine
he talks
about
about
it.
black crime all the time, and
that doesn't mean he wants to solve it.
That means you want to solve the fucking problem. And
so
the problem, you have to address the causes and fix the causes.
Yeah, he's doing it for the fun of it, Josh.
So he's basically Donald Trump. He just wants to appeal to idiots. And get them to watch his shit.
Must be.
He's a demagogue. He's race baiter.
I'm not saying he is Donald Trump. I'm saying his style. He's doing the same thing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But
he's very Trump-like.
He is Donald Trump. Well, he is a bit Trumpian.
Same initials.
Yeah.
Well,
really?
Devon's opinions are based in reality, and Donald Trump's aren't.
Interestingly, Devon Tracy has the same initials as Donald Trump, and Donald Trump and Devon Tracy both have the same initials as Dog Turd.
That's pretty gross.
Coincidence? I think not.
What was I going to say? I had something else, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Darian.
But I mean, I don't know. Just to kind of wrap it up. It's someone, it's your hangout. But I can, like I said, I don't know. I see that there is, like you said, point one and point two. It is agreed upon. So where to go from here? That's I think that's up to whoever's talking, really. My thing is I do enjoy looking at, some of the things that have made that happen, but that's me.
Yeah. I remembered black culture. Everyone says it's about black culture, and I think that argument is fucking bullshit. I think it's total
black
crap.
Culture.
Yes.
Well,
really?
Definitely.
No, I don't. I agree. I think it is.
Yeah, I think
I
it
do
is
because
black
it's the same. It's the same argument that people who play video games go out and shoot people.
It's not. No. It's not. But
it's not driving crime. It's not driving the crime. It's the fact that they talk about crime in the rap music and shit. That's reflective of what is happening in their lives. It's a symptom. It's not the cause.
Can we agree though that related to that, perhaps exactly the same as that gang culture is a problem, and that it's not just blacks that do it.
Well, I was talking more about.
Well,
like,
yeah, but they do it way more than
movies and
everybody
rap
else.
and-
Right?
Yeah.
No.
It's
How
like
about like
saying-
mafia crime? There's a lot of white crime that
Whoa,
goes.
the Italians. Look, Josh, black people are gangsters more often than every other race in America.
I mean,
Right? I don't have the stats in front of me for that shit,
Well,
but
they're not.
it's
They're not
it's
the only
quite
culture.
obviously the case.
Well, they're not
That's
the only group
probably
that
it,
has
too.
gangs.
Well, obviously not. Who
It's
the
not
fuck said
special
that?
to them.
I mean,
I have no problem
No,
with
but
that.
people are saying like, oh, gang culture is like black culture, but it's not.
Well,
It's
here's
not
the way to-
special
Well,
to
I don't
black
think
people.
It sort of
It's
is.
It's a large
I'd say rap,
portion of
rap
black
music
culture.
is more unique to.
Well, hold on. Go
black
to
people
any city,
gangs.
like any. I mean, I'm in America, so go to any American city.
Mhm.
If you go to any American city, if you wanted to do illegal things, buy drugs, do stuff like that, I mean, you kind of go to like the the area that's just not the good part of town, the area you drive through quickly because it's kind of scary, and those parts of town, I mean, sadly, are usually predominantly
Black ghettos.
So I mean, I'm not like you said. I think rap music
Yeah, like
might
kind of
be
shitholes.
like art imitating life or whatever. You know,
It
how
definitely
that goes.
is. Of course it is. That's what.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't think
I don't
rap
necessarily have anything against rap music, but it's not like
If you
rap
see
music
people,
is
if
really
you see people getting shot all the time,
on the screen.
if you see people getting shot and committing crime and like
Josh,
people being
just
alcoholics and fucking,
Well, you have to keep in
That's
mind
it.
that
You're
blacks
gonna make-
commit
you're
a
gonna
majority
talk
of the
about it.
crime in the United States, so that could play a factor.
That's actually not true. Whites
Well,
commit
you
more
do.
crime than blacks.
Well,
I think it's just,
you
though,
know,
right? It was like
percentage-wise,
51% or
blacks
something
commit more
over the
crime
last
per
5 years.
But hey,
I mean,
hold
obviously
on.
the per capita
You don't want
ones,
to solve
though.
the problem, though. You point out blacks commit more crime, but you don't want to solve the problem. So it's fucking retarded. It makes
Well,
no sense. Why are you gonna point out a problem and be like, oh, well,
easy to
I
solve.
don't want to solve the
Pointing out
problem.
something, you're
Makes no
not
sense.
like instantly like held to solve it. I mean, it's an easy.
There's the
but
fire
easy to
going.
solve.
Okay, what do you
Well,
want to
then
do
he
about
should
it?
shut
I
the
don't
fuck
care.
up and stop
There's
pointing out a
the fire.
problem.
I'm
He
just
doesn't
saying
want
there's
to
a
solve it.
fire.
If
Fully
you point out a
identified.
disparity along racial lines and you don't then go and explore the problem, it makes it look like you're expressing that the race is the problem.
I agree.
But-
I agree totally
What
with
else
that.
would
just
it be?
personal
Okay.
That
values.
it can.
Pretty big stretch.
That's just your personal values. If you feel like you want to talk about solutions, or if you just want to whinge about shit, and I guess Devon just wants to whinge, and that's fine. You
Love
can
it.
do that.
How about there's like way more people in here now as soon as people start talking about Devon?
Yeah.
Devin likes
It's
to say
not-
black
I mean,
people
it
commit more
is
crime, black people
more
commit
interesting.
I
more
mentioned in the
crime.
Well,
chat-
I
Why
mean,
solve
it's
the
not
fucking
something
problem?
solvable. It's genetic.
Whoa, okay,
Oh,
wow.
Well, the
Yeah.
genetic
Being racist in
thing. I
here.
mean, I don't know about
The
that.
reason that we have more people in here is because I said in chat that the link to come in is in the description. It happens every time I say that. I've said it several times. So your attempt to suck Devon's cock is not really working in this case.
I'm not.
Well, hold on.
Shit
Okay.
just got
People,
real.
I didn't bring them
Who
up,
said that
right?
it was? Who said it's genetic?
People asked
Is
me
that-
about it.
Is that a for real thing? Is
Okay,
that a for real
well,
statement?
I'm assuming you were joking.
Shown that
Maybe
you know,
he's got
blacks
some
tend to have
science.
lower IQs, so
Hold on.
that could play
What's
a
that?
role.
Yeah, very slightly, but it's not statistically significant enough to impact that level of crime.
So you're
Yeah.
a eugenicist.
Well, yeah, I think morally we have to all be eugenicists.
I disagree
Okay.
with you. Respectfully disagree with you. And do you think, I'm just curious, do you define yourself as a racist?
No.
Because you definitely sound like one to me.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm a racist. But,
Okay, fair enough.
Cool.
but I'm the good
There
kind.
we go.
I actually think that word deserves to have less of a sort of slanderous sting, because I think there are some people, like, as I've said before, it's
Use
possible
it
to
less
say
slanderously.
it's not me using it slanderously. It's down to inference.
So Devon
Offense is
being a
taken,
racist could be
given.
seen as a good thing, right?
No, I didn't say it's a good thing. Let me explain. Something can be both true and racist, at least hypothetically, right? I mean, if you find out that black people
Well, I
do
don't
actually have
think
lower
so.
IQ than white people, then that can be stating it would be racist, but
But-
would also be true.
No,
if that's
racism
actually the case.
It
prejudice, right?
depends how
You
you
can't be
express
prejudiced about facts. That's just judging. That's not
No.
prejudging. That's just
It
judgment.
depends how
That's
you
not
express
racist.
facts.
If you actually look up the definition of racism, yes, you can. It doesn't matter if it's factual or not.
Well,
if you
which
hold a
definition?
position
I mean,
that one
can
race
use
is
the
superior
dictionary
to another.
definition, but like I pointed out earlier, like, what are we even talking about when we talk about racism? So
Okay,
many
I'm
people
just
define it.
explaining that. Literally just explaining
Well,
that right
that's
now.
It's a
so
that's
you
a
go with
personal.
the
The belief
The
that one
dictionary
race is superior to another, or inferior to
Listen,
another.
plenty of
Definition
KKK type
behind-
racists use black crime stats to say like all niggers are bad. I mean that happens. That exists. I
Okay.
mean, don't deny that.
Whoa,
You know,
whoa, whoa! Did you just say the N word?
But he
What's
said
the
it
problem
the
with saying
right
the
way.
N-word?
Do you have any
He said
idea
it
how
properly.
offensive that is?
You
Who
said
gives
you're
a
a
fuck?
racist.
I'm not
You
one of
shut
those
up.
people, so don't pull that on me.
Yeah, offense is
He just
taken, not
you're
given.
triggering
Same
me
thing
right
with the
now.
He
racism
just
thing.
admitted he was a racist, and now he's giving you crap about using the N-word.
You have to attach trigger warnings to those kinds of words.
You do
No,
realize
we'll give
we're
you a
not
bigger warning
SJWs,
instead.
right?
You're not much of a racist, are you?
We'll end up like
Not
Tommy
even
from
Tim
Bronx.
is that bad.
Wow, low standards, I guess. Thanks, man. Under the bus.
I think we can all agree that you're the closest to the SJWs here. You may even consider yourself one, I don't know.
No,
You're the closest to the kind of people that would use trigger warnings excessively.
I think it's a bullshit term.
Well, there
I
you go.
agree.
I don't think.
Doesn't
we
that
should
kind
get
of
into
sum it up?
Actually, no, I think
Bad
like,
group you accuse me of being,
if
doesn't
people
even
genuinely
exist.
had PTSD, maybe.
Hmm?
But even then, like only in specialist topics. But yeah, anyway, that's a topic for another time. But what I was saying was like, yeah, I think racism should lose its sting because the number of racists that we encounter in our day-to-day lives is extremely low. And as I said, it's possible, in my opinion at least, for facts, at least hypothetically, to be racist. And it's not worth having that slanderous sting on the word racist so that we can't discuss things like biological racial dimorphism, and not just dimorphism, but polymorphism, I suppose. It's not worth it. So I think that word needs to lose its sting. And like, when I say that what Devon said is racist, I don't mean to like impugn him or slander him. I mean to just say the statement was literally racist according to the definition of the word, in my opinion. I don't mean to do anything more than that.
I agreed with what Tor said. Like, I can't read Devon Tracy's heart, so I've gone back and forth on that too. Like, I think he's racist.
Yeah.
No, wait, he's probably not actually. No, he seems like he is. No,
Well, if someone's
he isn't.
racist, it's probably going to be quite obvious. It's not really a sort of
It's not
kind
nah.
of unless
I don't
it's
think
the
it's
type of
always
racism
obvious.
that's like subconscious.
Yeah, but the thing with Devon is
yeah,
he's not serious
that's the
very
thing.
often.
Yeah.
That kind of makes it a bit more difficult to tell.
Well, he uses jokes that point to reality, right? That's what most funny jokes do. So
If
yeah, he's
that's your
being
argument,
serious, but he's really
Except
talking
he's,
about
he's
serious
not
things in his
funny,
jokes.
but I guess that's
Well,
subjective.
okay.
That is
Yeah.
subjective.
He's never made
if you're
me
saying
laugh ever.
Yeah.
He's just
If
a
you're saying that
moron.
his jokes are indicative of his actual opinions, then that would support, at least in Tim's opinion, I think, that he is racist. I mean, that doesn't help your side. Like, if you're saying that his jokes are serious, then what I think was probably a
No,
joke
there's a
about him
difference
saying
between. What do you mean?
99.99%
A serious
of
joke
people
just means you're
killed
not
by
joking,
police are
doesn't it?
justified.
No, but Eve, you're saying it's pointing to the hard stats. Like, that's the thing you're trying to say. His joke
You're saying
is
that the
pointing
jokes are
to the
somewhat
statistic.
indicative of. You're saying that the jokes are somewhat indicative of his actual positions, and
Of
the jokes.
yeah, that's why jokes are funny. If they don't, if jokes
You're
don't
saying
point to
his-
something that's not true.
Okay,
It's not
okay,
really going to be.
that's
funny.
not my complaint.
And
That's
the
not my
reason Tim
complaint.
doesn't find them funny is because he has a different perception of reality. So he doesn't actually
No,
understand why they're
he's
funny.
That must
a
be
piece of
it. Yeah.
That's because he sucks at making jokes, and he's
Okay.
not funny. That's why.
I
Okay,
actually think
well,
he's
a lot
not
of people, a lot of his subscribers and, you know, the likes versus dislike ratio would disagree with you on that, Tim.
But I seriously don't
happens
get it, because,
sometimes.
like, I try to watch some of his videos, and I watch 5 minutes. I'm like, this is unbearable. I don't understand how he has so
Stop
many
watching.
fans.
It's
Well,
fine.
I don't watch.
Good.
That's why I said I watch 5 minutes, and I'm like,
Cool.
I give up. I can't fucking watch this.
Cool. But you seem to have pretty strong opinions on him for a guy who've watched for 5 minutes.
That's because he's such an asshole.
Okay.
That's the only reason.
Also, I mean, if the hangout's on, might as well join it. And these are the
I'm
kind
just
of
saying-
people that
I'm
wanted to
just
join
saying, I
it.
don't-
So
Like, what is it about his content that's appealing? I don't get it.
I'm actually curious about that too. Like, is it just the fact that he hates
Well,
some
I
people?
find-
Because that can be
I
appealing
find him
sometimes.
funny,
So
and I
avoid
think
it.
he calls out a lot of people who deserve to be called out that aren't.
Is it because he talks shit about people a lot?
Well, yeah, that's
That's-
part of it. I mean, he's pretty good at it, and it's pretty funny. But he also has points as well as attacks, right?
Do you think you'd just
I
still
guess.
enjoy it if it didn't have the personal insults?
Yeah, not as much. I mean,
Yeah, 'cause
so a
when I
channel
watch
like
it, it's like-
Ghost Right doesn't have as many personal attacks, but it's still a fantastic channel, and I love that channel, right? And it's has similar opinions to Devon. So
He's always
of
just
course
like,
you can make those kind of things.
this regressive fat idiot is trying to make a shitty point because his life went wrong.
Mhm.
Look at those fucking jowls. What a dumbass. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess that's
To me,
funny.
it just
I don't know.
seems-
Fucking beta
See,
male.
even Josh is laughing at a rendition of a Devon joke.
No,
Like,
he's laughing
it's the
at
funniest
a parody of it.
bit of his hangout
He's like,
is a
you can tell. You
rendition
can
of
tell
the
from
joke.
this guy's
Parody of
jawline.
it.
He's a weak.
No, I'm
old
laughing at
man.
how stupid he sounds when he's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what all his videos are like. Jenk, he's a brown, fat buffalo. Look at him sweat.
It
Is he
does seem
not?
to me like it's just the appeal of tribalistic hatred.
Yeah, so obviously he makes jokes, but don't confuse jokes with ad hominems, right? Because an ad hom has to...
No, he does plenty of
What?
fucking ad
It
hoc.
has to be in
Fat-
place of an argument. He does
Fat
both.
brown buffalo is not ad hominem.
Of course not. Not if it's in the context of also refuting an argument, right?
What?
You
Well,
have
no,
to
I've
do...
never seen
No,
him
he
actually
does
try to
both.
do
You're
If
that.
that's the
wrong
only
because
thing
you're
you say...
Generation P. How about that one? How about that verbatim quote? You're wrong
Which
because
one?
you're Generation P. That's what he
So?
calls it. Generation Pussy.
Okay.
Well, he's
So
Generation
I'm
X
from
because
Generation
he's
Pussy,
fucking...
right? I said at the beginning I'm 23, so I'm from
Exactly.
Generation
That's an
Pussy.
evasion
So
of the
how is that
process.
not an ad hom attack? You're wrong because of your...
Because
Yeah,
that's
he's
not the
basically-
only reason that he's
That's the textbook
using
example.
to attack people. That's not the only thing that he had... I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
Josh.
one of many.
That's that one.
Yes, it's one of many things. I agree.
I think
Yeah,
that one.
so
actually
he's
is
going
a
to
joke.
attack opinions and people at the same time.
That one to me
Yeah,
sounds
but-
like an actual joke because he knows that someone's not wrong because they're from Generation P and he's just saying that to be
I don't know about
a
that.
jerk. So that's actually a joke, I think. But when you say you're a fat brown buffalo and you're stupid and you look disgusting and you whatever, there's no joke there. It's just being an asshole.
Well, I
Can't you
laugh.
see a difference? I know you laugh because people think it's funny when you make fun of someone else's appearance, but it's not
Yeah,
really
but that's a way to make a
a
joke.
joke.
You can make joke at people's expense. I mean,
That's not really a joke. That's
almost
just being
every,
a
well, yes, it is.
douchebag.
Almost every joke is at someone's expense.
Well, I guess. I mean, it just makes them look like an asshole, but I guess people like that.
Yeah, guess so. I mean,
Yeah, people watch him for his stupid jokes and not his opinions because his
I'm
opinions
just
are
saying.
well, I think
I'm
think
just saying that
mainly
that
they watch
doesn't
him for
appeal
the
to me, but I know it
opinions.
does.
They like the jokes as well, you know. It's probably come
Yeah.
for the jokes, stay for the opinions.
Right.
I didn't notice any opinions in the video that I watched. I just noticed him like shitting on people for their appearance.
straw
Totally
man, straw
unrelated
man,
to
ad
the arguments being
hominem,
made.
straw man,
And
ad
also,
hominem, ad hominem,
what's
It's
straw
pretty
man.
hard
What's
to
the
straw man
lies?
someone when he's like
What's the
ridiculing it in
deal?
live
What's the
time.
deal with the fact? Like, what's the deal with the fact that he's old and bald, and he looks pretty weird? And one of the photos I saw of him, he looked like a serial killer. Like, why does he make fun of other people's appearance when he looks like that? Like, he
Well,
doesn't look that good, to be honest.
On the,
Okay,
on the
then
like,
go at his appearance.
on the
Who
ad
cares?
hoc thing, like take it.
No,
back
but I
to
find
that-
it ironic.
Well, take it back to that Jacqueline Glenn video, for example. So he's like, kind of dogging her out, and I'm, I was watching.
Calling her a xylophone and all that, yeah.
Yeah, and
If you don't
he
like her,
painted her
Then you're
white,
like, this is great.
and it was like I call him brown because he calls me white, and so forth.
Hmm.
And it's just like I'm chuckling as you know what I mean, as I'm watching it, and it's just like I don't know, you know what I mean.
I just facepalm. I'm like,
I
this
don't
guy's an
think that
idiot.
I don't think it was intended to be this like belly laugh sort of joke, but just more of a, on a rant kind of joke.
Yeah, well, he's not exactly up all night writing down jokes, is he? I mean, he's just a pretty charismatic guy, just spewing his thoughts into a microphone. Like,
Yeah,
I think he said once he used to just chill out on his couch with his girlfriend watching reality TV shows, making fun of it, and then he just got on the internet and did the same thing.
Different folks, different strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
So
that's
that doesn't mean you have to
what-
fucking,
Yeah.
But he's still
Photoshop
doxing
shit of him
shit,
and call
so-
him a racist and all this crazy shit.
Yeah, because obviously
I mean,
that was the reason that it was done. Because we
No,
didn't
it's
like his
because-
jokes.
Yeah, it's because he's such
Well,
an asshole
yeah,
and his
it
personal,
seems that
his
way.
personal conduct.
No, it's really not.
Yeah.
His-
No,
You
I
know,
his
it's a
don't
funny
think
conduct
joke
was
releasing
appalling.
home
Drunk,
addresses
that's
and
about
phone numbers. That's a really funny joke.
If it was just him being a jerk in videos, I wouldn't care about him.
The true docs. Jesus Christ.
What's the difference
He doesn't
between
release
a
any
Facebook
phone
and a true
numbers
docs?
or addresses, dude. He just releases people's names.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
That are
He
readily
released
available
my
elsewhere on the
information.
internet. It's not
You know what
doxing.
He
accessory
released
to a
my
crime is?
information.
That's a fucking tired conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
everyone's heard
happened
that
so
shit.
many times. I
Josh
think
just
it's
doesn't
wrong.
get
I
it.
think it's bullshit. You
Josh
guys
doesn't
think it's
get it.
fine. We disagree.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fine. Whatever, but people can't be convinced that it's doxing if they've decided it's not.
Yeah.
So it's just
Right.
like arguing against a wall, you know.
Well, it is
Yeah,
doxing.
listen,
It's a very good
guys.
definition
No,
of the word.
listen, everyone. Doxing a name isn't doxing. Okay. Doxing isn't doxing. Okay.
Yay! Good news.
Yeah, using the definition of the word is so outdated.
It's a name.
Doxing
Racism isn't
a name
racial.
doxing.
God's sake.
Okay.
Yeah, saying its name doesn't actually make an argument. Do you know what doxing is? Like, you were advocating for using the dictionary
Hatred
definition of
isn't
racism
hateful.
earlier. You were advocating
Well,
for
the
using the
reason-
dictionary definition of racism earlier.
No, I wasn't. I was
Now
asking
it's
you
the
what
same
your
thing.
opinion was on it, and
No,
you
you were.
wanted to
You were advocating for using the dictionary definition of racism. Now
You can go back
I'm
and
advocating
rewind.
for using the dictionary
That's
definition of doxing. By that definition, doxing a name is doxing. Because guess what?
Okay.
Doxing is doxing.
But I don't care.
Okay,
it's like
that's
saying-
pretty much it, isn't it? You don't care about unethical behavior.
No,
We
I don't
do.
care about releasing people's names.
Okay, we do. We think that's wrong.
It's like saying, come on, guys, you know, like hating someone is not hateful. It's like, what? Yeah, it is. That's literally what it is. Hate is hate.
But most people, when you talk about doxing, think about putting somebody's life in danger. You know, releasing their street address or
Yeah,
their
and
phone
how
number
does it
or
know
something.
he's not
Which is
doing that?
right. That's
yeah.
what people
Very
think
high
of when you say
standard.
doxing, and that's not what's happening.
No, you
But
just
how
have
could
to
you
be
know?
high standard.
Yo, Eve, what's
But-
your real
alright.
name? What's your real
Lachlan.
name so I can go
Lachlan
look you up
Stockley.
on
What's
Google
up?
and find your fucking
Yeah, yeah.
address
Where do you
and
live?
prove you wrong?
Okay. I'm not going to
What's
tell you
your
my
phone
street
number?
address.
What's your phone
What
number?
the fuck?
Yeah, you're another
Yeah.
anonymous pussy defending doxing.
No.
You're not
Okay,
going to be in
I
danger.
just said my
You're not
real
in
name.
danger.
Josh. I mean, open your ears, bro.
What is it?
That's what you said.
Lachlan Stockley. Yeah, I'm godless
What's your
pig
phone
on Twitter.
number?
I've got my real name on there. Well, I'm not going to tell you my phone number. I don't want to be
You're not-
harassed.
Yep, you're not in danger though.
Yeah,
So it's not. It's
I
not
don't
Here's the
care.
thing,
I don't want to be
when-
harassed by
when-
random people.
When Devon releases
Oh, wait, are you
someone's
serious
name
right now?
to people that hate
Did you just
him,
say
Yeah, I
you
don't
wanna be
want
harassed
I
by
don't
random
want you
people?
and other people in the hangout texting me all day with random bullshit.
Did you just say you
Well-
don't want to be harassed by random people? Did you just fucking say
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, why would I?
That's what we don't fucking want because we don't want our names out there for that
Well,
fucking
that's what
exact
everyone-
fucking
It's a name.
reason.
It's a name.
So
Oh
give
my
us yours.
God. And
Just
guess
give
what?
us yours. If it's
What's
not
your
did.
name so I can
I
look you
did,
up and
Josh.
find
You
your
must have
fucking
missed it,
address and
bro.
harass you because
Your
apparently
full
you think
name.
that's okay.
Wait, he lives in
Lachlan Stockley,
Australia.
bro. I'll
His
type it in
name's
chat. I'm
Lachlan
spelling it.
Stockley.
Jesus Christ.
All right, we need to look up.
I don't want you to
address.
give your name. I
Contradictory
think we're just
fucking
asking for
statements.
demonstration.
And we need to look up his phone number so that we can.
You do
call
realize,
him.
though, that AIU has released my location publicly.
If they
I
could
didn't
get
know
your
that.
phone number, they would. That's pretty obvious.
If
to
I
me.
don't know, I'm skeptical about that. But if he has, then he should have
That's
done
why
that.
his account was
Oh, you're
deleted.
Okay.
skeptical. Oh, great.
Yeah,
Well,
because
I
a lot
can,
of people.
I can
use it
provide
as a-
evidence of that, and if
If you-
that's the case, then you think he's done wrong, yes?
Please post your street address into the chat. No, just.
Here-
Only if
okay.
you're in danger.
I mean, yeah, go for it.
I've gotten something.
Or is
more
this
doc-
the
doc-
atheist emu guy? Did he do it or something?
No, it wasn't him. It was AIU
Okay.
himself. But let me say this: like
Dun, dun,
I said this
All
earlier.
right, well, he should
when
do that. If
okay,
he did
great.
that.
But when doxing just someone's name, do you agree that if someone could be in danger for what they've said online anonymously, and if you dox their name, they're much more likely to be like hurt physically? Do you
So
think that's
some, like,
possible? Do you think that happens to some
Egyptian dude or
people?
whatever who get. Yeah,
Do you think that happens to some people?
yeah, that
Right,
could
okay.
happen. Yeah.
So how does Devon know that that's not going to happen to the people he's doxing? If
Well,
he
he can
doesn't
use his
know,
own
it's
discretion.
unethical.
Well,
I mean, it's
you
own
can know
discretion. Okay,
within
so
a range of certainty, right?
he gets to decide whether his victims are in danger or not when they get doxed.
That's the risk you take when you criticize Devon Tracy.
Well, here's my take on the doxing, because I don't know if I've nailed my point down, but it's like what does it bring to the table is my thing. So like
Intimidation.
what's the purpose of not doxing. Let's not call it doxing. Let's call it name dropping somebody.
Intimidation.
Like what other reason really is there for that? Exactly. That is a problem.
Did you not watch my video,
Intimidation.
dude?
I'm not standing up for it. I'm asking Eve, like, what purpose is
okay,
there
sorry.
for
To
dropping a
dox his
name?
name. Well, I think he's trying to even the playing field, right? Because after the stuff that happened with Josh with all photoshopping,
Because his arguments are so bad.
And you know what? I can agree with that. I can agree.
so
that,
like if
know
you
what?
make claims that aren't about people, you're just talking about ideas. Like who cares about your
Yes.
name? But if you make a personal attack against somebody who has their
Yes.
name released,
Okay,
then you
when
should
did I do
post
that?
your fucking name to it.
I
so
agree to that.
when did
I
I
agree
do
to that.
that?
If somebody does like mess with my life, like And
Tom never did
like you
that.
said, posted. I know. I'm just saying, if somebody did that to me, and it wasn't illegal, they put pictures up of me online or something, fake pictures. At that point, I would feel like justified in saying this is this person's name, but just kind of like in an argument or a debate format. You know what I mean? Like in that instance, I don't understand having to drop names. It's like I don't see what it holds really. It's like
Okay, I disagree with you there, but let's talk about a hypothetical scenario here where one of his critics, who would only ever criticize his ideas and his actions, had got doxed by him. Do you think that's excusable?
are you asking me right
What do you
now?
mean? Like full? We're just talking about name docs, right?
Name and location.
What? No, you shouldn't give
Name dropping,
locations.
not
Jesus.
doxing. It's not doxing, remember? It's going
Okay,
up.
so what if it's just name? So your argument for name dropping, let's call it, is that if someone's fucked with your personal life, you should know what their real name is, right? So what if someone hasn't fucked with your personal life, they've criticized your ideas and your actions, and then you still name drop them? What's your new defense
Yeah,
to why
you-
that's okay? Or do you think that's
Yeah,
not
you
okay?
shouldn't do that. And you know,
Okay,
if he does
that's what
that,
he
then
did to
he
me.
shouldn't do that.
What
Okay,
he
well,
did
he
to me.
shouldn't have done that. Like, big deal.
Great. Good, so you're on my side that it's unethical when he did it to me, just not necessarily to Josh.
Well, based on what you've said, right?
Yeah, okay, well,
Then
I mean,
I think we're all in agreement then.
Well, yeah, and we're in agreement except that I still think he
But
shouldn't
yeah,
have...
if you want to come at somebody with personal attacks, then be prepared to get like name doxed or whatever we're calling it.
But this is the internet. Everybody
That's
gets
such a
personally attacked.
massive
I've been
difference, though,
personally attacked
how
heaps
extreme
of
those two
times.
things are.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah,
okay,
they
Not
that
fucking
happens.
victim blaming. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Hear
I've been
this shit
personally
all the
attacked
time.
heaps. Yeah, we all do.
So basically, what you're saying is that he deserves to lash out against us personally because he's triggered by us offending him by personally attacking him.
Yes.
No, I don't quite know where you got that from. Like,
No,
Tom.
it's not exactly what you said, is it?
Tom.
But it's a pretty similar concept. That he's too offended by what we're actually saying about him, so he has to take ulterior actions. What
Tom,
does
if
is
he
very
doxed your
SJW.
location or whatever, he shouldn't have done that. Like, I'm not here to
That's
defend
good.
Devon about absolutely everything he said. You know, I've got my own opinions
That's
on things.
a good start.
I don't know that he's done that, and I would be hesitant to believe it. But you know, sure, maybe he did. Big deal. I'm still going to watch his stuff, and I still like him.
That's
Yeah, so
fine.
stuff
I
in this
actually said that in the video. I don't mind if people.
Well,
I
he
don't
actually
mind people
figured
watching stuff, but it's still
him or
unethical
one
what
of
he
his
does.
him or one of his buddies, whatever, figured out where I live because I was talking to someone in a chat, and then someone just said, "Are you still living at blah blah blah?" and said my address, and I was like, "Jeez, these people are fucked up." And it was like I could choose to be like, "I'm gonna stop criticizing these guys because they've intimidated me and I'm scared of that or something," or I could choose to keep going, and I was just like, "Well, keep going," but it's pretty fucked up to see someone send you your address, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, that happened to me.
Yeah, I've had
Tim never
people
did
send me
anything
my address
crazy
when I'm
like
playing
that.
fucking Counter-Strike. I mean, goddamn.
They do.
Yeah, and that's shitty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's shitty, but like, it's not the end of
Why
the
did they
world.
do that?
AIU is one of those
Because you're
That's
talking
people.
also a
shit.
crime, is it not?
Wow.
And the guy telling black people should stop committing crimes and just commits crimes himself.
But why do they
Okay.
send you your address? Because you're
Sure.
talking shit to them on Counter-Strike or whatever.
Yeah, they shouldn't do that. I'm agreeing. People should send addresses around. Obviously.
And AIU is
That's good.
exactly that kind of person.
Okay.
He's exactly the kind of person who, when you, to extend the metaphor, kill him a bunch of times in an online FPS, he doxes you.
Okay.
And if
So
if
wait,
hadn't been
you're
doxed
against
before,
you're
it's quite
against
intimidating.
doxing a name? I mean,
No,
you're
I'm against
doxing
doxing
an
addresses.
address, but a name's fine when a name leads to a fucking address. You're making a contradictory fucking argument.
And what do you mean a name leads to address? I mean, your
Well, you
avatar
have the
leads
name
to a
to find
name,
it.
which
Well,
leads
yeah.
to address. Oh my
And
god,
led
you've
to my
all...
address.
Jesus Christ.
That's how they found my address.
What
The avatar
fuck
is
are you
public.
talking
Well, how
about?
do they find your name?
Consensually public.
How do they find
Because
your
my,
name?
yeah, my.
So
well,
they,
I don't fucking
so
know.
you,
that's a funny story, but.
so they use some information to find your name, and then, oh my god, they use your name to find your address, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when you fucking dox somebody's
So
name.
doxing a name doesn't fucking matter, because you can find your name...
Yes, it does.
What the
Again,
fuck are you
I'll tell you
talking
the
about?
definition of the word. The definition of the word is private and identifying information about an individual. Right?
And that's your name?
If information...
Your name's
Yeah,
private?
Yeah, it can
Yes,
be.
it's fucking
I gotta go
private.
look up my birth certificate, guys.
Public. Birth certificates
Wow,
aren't
that's
accessible by
pretty
anyone.
Dumb
You can't
argument.
get a birth certificate from an online avatar.
What? I think I might have missed something there.
I think you missed quite a
Missing
lot.
a lot.
Okay.
Because your birth
You can't get a
certificate
birth
exists,
certificate from an online name.
you don't have to present your birth certificate to everybody for no reason.
Yeah.
No shit.
It's in your
But
house.
generally, when you
whatever.
talk to people, you introduce yourself with your name, like I did when I first, introduced myself
that
here. That's
was-
what
you
you
are
do.
choosing to talk to that person. You know?
Yeah.
You're not
But
choosing to get doxed by
you
someone.
chose to give your real name to us. If you hadn't,
Uh-huh.
would it have been okay for us to just reveal it? Even like if you'd never put it anywhere, but if we somehow knew it,
People who
Well,
had
with
already
him,
revealed it.
probably would be.
why does that make any
Seem to care
difference?
about it.
Well, because you got to put it on an even playing field. It's just
Why?
you've heard the metaphor about just rock throwing from the back of a fucking crowd. It's bullshit. Fuck that.
People were making an analogy like you give your name to the pizza man or whatever. But when you give your name to the pizza man, you're expecting a service, and you're not expecting the pizza man to spread your name around. So it doesn't make any sense.
Well, you
know
give your
you-
name to everybody you meet in real life, right? When
Yeah,
you
but you're
first
not
see someone, you're
you're
like,
not
oh,
saying-
hi,
you're
I'm
not-
Lachlan.
We're not
Well,
talking
this
about
isn't
real
real
life.
life.
You're
It's
not
just the
saying to
internet.
the pizza
What?
guy. You're not saying to the pizza guy, hey, could you spread my name around the entire city and just tell people to harass me? You're saying give me a
Spread my
pizza.
name to people who specifically dislike me and encourage them to do horrible things using
You're
it.
saying no, you need a name because you're gonna give me a pizza. So it's the worst fucking analogy I've ever seen.
I'm not talking. I don't care about the pizza man analogy. What the fuck?
No, because I'm telling you
Like you make.
I'm telling
Do
you
I?
the lengths to which that's the lengths to which people will go to defend doxing. They'll just make these
Okay,
ridiculous
well,
arguments. You
good
just
for
said
those
a birth certificate means that it's okay to be
Shut
doxed.
up.
You said that. It makes no fucking
Yeah.
sense.
You do realize that birth certificates aren't like publicly accessible by any means.
Okay. Yes.
Exactly.
So bringing that up was completely pointless.
That's why I brought
Okay.
up the pizza thing. 'Cause
Dude.
it's another one of these
Okay,
stupid
I meant that
analogies.
in a light-hearted jest. Okay, whatever.
Oh, okay, now you did. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, now
I
I
take
do,
back.
yeah.
I take back everything I said.
Okay. This is
It was
weird.
all just a joke, guys.
I triggered
Yeah,
you.
everything I said was a joke. Like, okay.
I
Obviously
agree
not.
with that.
This
In
is
a
getting
different
weird now.
sense.
So how about that
Yeah.
Walking Dead?
Yeah. Good show. Don't spoil it.
Fuck that show.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it. I'm
you're
only
not-
up to like season 3 or 4 or something.
Yeah, I'm on how the.
Well, we're pretty used to dealing with mindless zombies attacking in hordes these days.
I was trying to make it not weird again. You failed, Tom.
Yeah, it got weird. It got
I
weird,
didn't
guys.
fail. I succeeded in my
I put my
ulterior
clothes back
goal.
on. I'm sorry.
You don't like pizza?
What?
Like, why did it get weird?
I got naked. I'm
I
sorry.
would encourage you
When
to
you
go
say
back to
something got weird, it makes it
boxing,
weird.
though.
It's not weird to prior saying it's not saying that it's weird.
Tim, how long have you been like making noise in the library?
Quite a while.
That's no one
They're
knows.
pissed. The library
People
lady.
keep shushing me.
Shut the fuck up now.
God damn it!
Library.
Excellent.
Why the hell did everyone
Well-
just go silent at the same time?
Finish
That
the
was a
topic.
That's
phenomenon.
simply a coincidence.
Everyone's just like, let's all be weird and quiet and awkward now.
It's all your fault, Tim.
That's true.
Oh, because we're probably coming to the end, because it's been 3 hours almost.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I have kind of run out of steam. I can only pace so long. When I'm talking, I pace. I get all worked up and shit. So tired.
If you get a headset on or something.
Yeah, it's the
couldn't, man.
best.
Like in my videos, you'll hear crackling, and it's because I'll get like worked up on something. I'll like pick the computer up and start walking around.
I thought you were like Jerry Maguire or something.
No.
With the headset thing.
It would be a good investment.
I know. I do need to up my audio. To be honest, I never really thought I'd need to do any of that stuff. But I've got my other laptop has like an interface with all the microphone and stuff set up. But I've got to sit down for that, so it's tough.
I recommend to pretty much everyone who wants to upgrade their audio setup to try the software method first, because my audio on my latest videos sound like about twice as good as my audio on my earliest videos, just through software modifications.
Are these people paying you or something?
What?
Like you did a shout out for their product.
You're a shill.
Yeah. You're a sellout.
No,
man.
I'm just saying, like you can either upgrade the hardware or the software, and you can make it much better with just software solutions.
You can also pirate that technology so you don't have to pay for it.
I recommend. I mean, I don't recommend that. I'm indifferent to that. Some software is much too expensive, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want advice on how to make it better without having to pay anything, I can really help you with that. You can do it with Audacity, which is free.
Yeah.
So, goodo. Josh,
I
about
guess that's-
like an hour and a half ago, you said you wanted to end in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Probably-
I remember that. And
It's
people actually
late.
started
Only
coming
missed
in.
15 minutes.
So
To jump off.
I guess, do we want to call it or make last statements or what? Or just call it?
I'm happy for whatever.
Call
All
it.
right, well, anyone who has to say anything, say it now or forever hold your peace.
Hey, good to meet you guys, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Good
decent talking
chat,
to you.
man.
Yeah, it's a
I
really
think-
weird paradigm when you join something with the intent of going into a room where everybody disagrees with you and you're immediately going to get jumped on. But you know,
I know,
that's
dude.
fine.
Honestly,
Yeah.
courageous,
Been there, done that.
courageous effort, man.
Well,
Seriously.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
isn't
I'm
as-
sure most of us have been there, done that, but
This
I
isn't as
just popped
bad
my
as
cherry over it. And it's interesting.
Troll on Trial is a lot worse than this, though.
Oh, I know.
It's
I've seen a
trial.
couple. I've seen a couple
It's
of them.
just-
Like,
Fuck it.
yeah.